Always play ball, never AWOL. Oh, they mad now, cause they lost. That's on you, not on me. Lately my phone on D&D. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. My phone right back on D&D. It's like only rest if RIP. I got my wife, I got my kids. Probably got a few friends that I don't need. Not fake, never been fraud. Been great, still a little flawed. Always need sign when they call. Order up a drink while I'm sitting at the bar. Like, I need a strong tail, Nico make two. Honey Jack with a little bit of juice. CYA throwing up the dose. I'm all in. Lil' grub at black and blue. No sauce, that strip got juice. For dessert, I just need a little mousse. I'm starving. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. Need what I want what I need. Need what I want now. Like 1, 2, 3, giddy up. Heard you thought it was a drought, is you serious? Make one call, turn the city up. Cop a little attaboy for the pick me up. Standing on the green like Wimbledon. Match point set serve, going for the win. Try to stay humble, still going do it big. Don't assume I'm cocky, I'm confident. Earned every dollar for the time I spent. Hard times they come and go. 10 toes I never fold. I can never ever ever go. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. I try to get some peace, that's all I need.
Oh my God, give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear. Mama, here comes that man. We ain't playing no games in goddamn 2024. Let's get this shit going real quick. Yes, sir, Bob.
I'm here with you, damn it.
And you can slice. You can slice the face. You can slice the chest.
But you know what? It all comes back to one thing.
But it's not for children, no. I'm fucking with grown folks right now.
Come on, man.
Raiders, make sure to remind folks to put Q colon in front of their question so that grabs my attention.
Put a key up front of it.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Goddamn YouTube correctional officers. I hope they pay you well.
Glad everybody stopped by, having a real good time, my guy. Rocky coming through, letting know he shoot goddamn rope for the bug out.
Pause.
Ron, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Ian, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member.
You know, they're gonna be like, he was a good man. Yeah!
See you, Geppetto, the like button. Put me back in the goddamn algorithm.
Emotional, damn it.
Fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on.
I think that everybody's on Sabinja's balls. They got them both cupped with the hands, like kind of like this. Like, let me cup them for you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Chris, you know you got the goddamn hooked on phonics, sir. Here we go. I'm ambidextrous.
What more do you want from me? Damn.
I'm not a goddamn mathematician. I don't think Dwayne is here. My resident mathematician. Hell yeah. Oh my God. Let's get it going, man. You are not that late, man. Let's get this shit popping real fast. In a hurry, real quick. Give me a Lima Charlie. Hey, appreciate y'all stopping by, man. Kicking the goddamn door in for a Man Cave Monday. My name is Marine X. We're coming through, talk about some goddamn man shit, just making the shit happen, man. Come here, give me a goddamn kiss. I missed you guys. I'm just saying, let's get this stuff going. Hey, listen, if it's the first time stopping by, thanks for kicking the goddamn door in. I like to talk about all sorts of stuff. EDC stuff, which means everyday carry, man cave stuff, survival and prep. Basically, whatever I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of make the shit happen. Already got my goddamn stick lit. You know what I'm saying? Normally I'm like, I hate myself. I haven't got the shit lit yet. I already got this stuff going. You would be so goddamn proud of me. Put a goddamn attaboy in the chat. You would be so freaking proud of me to know I already got the shit up and going real quick. I'm going to smoke a Camacho Orange, I guess. I don't know like how they freaking name these things. I'm just a Boosie. I don't.
Hey, bro, come
listen,
on.
I'm not a. I just smoke them, okay?
Come on, man.
I just smoke them. I leave the band on until I get near it, but I have the Orange Camacho. I don't know if it's a Robusto or Madera. Somebody look the shit up, put it in the goddamn chat. I don't know, but I know I got a V-cut going on here. Smoking real good, fire real good. Big fan of the Camacho line, just in general. Smokes well, all that good stuff. And eventually we're going to switch over to Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. I got to kill the rest of this. That's only like maybe 4 ounces left in there. You know what I'm saying? He says, good job, X. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. But I'm starting off with an espresso. I'm almost done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of get the goddamn the pot going and all that good stuff. So, oh my God, that shit just stings the goddamn nostrils. It gets right to it, man. It makes you hit that goddamn like button.
Are you not entertained?
Smack it.
Are you not entertained?
Let me know if you prefer Johnson & Johnson or tough acting tenactin when you slap like buttons. Which one do you prefer? Or maybe you like the Walmart brand. I don't know what you use when you smack them goddamn like button. Put me in the algorithm, man. Listen, man, just kind of coming here, just chilling out. Maybe check out some videos or some shit as well. Smoke them if you got them and all that good stuff.
Something, bitch.
What are your New Year's resolutions? I don't know if I have any per se. Because a lot of people just seem to wane off of that stuff. They make the resolutions, and the next thing you know, it's goddamn February 2nd, and it's fucking done. Finito. They're not doing this shit no more.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They are finished. You got all the big broads heading to the goddamn Stairmaster this morning, ready to freaking make that stuff happen. Looking like an overweight football coach, making that shit happen on the Stairmaster. You know, I'm 2 biscuits away myself, okay? I'm just saying, but it's going to be a lot of freaking broads up in the gym all of a sudden. He says Gold Pond medicated for the smack, says Brian. Absolutely. So just trying to keep things going. I guess for me, a resolution for mine would be, you know what I'm saying? I'm 2 biscuits away. I guess that's an easy one. It's to freaking get away from being 2 biscuits away. Go 20 toes more often. I'm just saying, okay? Me and Mrs. X are recruiting. You know, we both got the same goal. Go 20 toes more often. She and I got the same goddamn goal. We got a good goddamn head on our shoulders, okay? So we're always recruiting, making that stuff happen. So it's just, I don't know if I make them per se. I just try to just do what I got to do, man. Just kind of stay on top of my shit. I got 5 fucking kids and all that shit, Boosie. It's a whole lot of us, man, okay?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So we got a lot of kids, trying to keep them together. Got the wife, got all of that good stuff as well. So we're just trying to do just whatever we need to make stuff happen. So I don't know if I make resolutions per se. I'm trying to stay consistent with YouTube, which I've been doing pretty good with. You know, when I first started YouTube, I was posting once a week. Now I'm, you know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of like I basically am posting 2-3 times a week. I'm about to post a fucking video about this watch that I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? EDC watches in 5 ways that a goddamn watch can actually help you survive in the goddamn wilderness. What? The shit will take you to the promised land and all of that good stuff. So we're just kind of keeping the stuff up as well, man. Who's already kicked the goddamn door in? Who's already here? Put a Q colon in front of your stuff. I'm probably just going to go through the comments one by one. It's been a minute, man. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas, Festivus, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, okay? Maybe you're in the middle of Kwanzaa. I think you're on day, 7, 6, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you celebrate, hopefully it was a good one for you. Mike and Ike ZDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn man. We appreciate that, man. Hey, only 2 reasons to get your ass bounced up out of here. Violate YouTube terms of service, whatever the fuck those are. You know, say something about my kids or say something racist. We got to send you to the goddamn upper room. That's it.
Upper room, nigga.
Other than that, challenge me. Say whatever you want. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to just hang out. No need to freaking bounce you up out of here. We just like to hang out, rock out with the goddamn cock out, all that good stuff, man. So, Mike and Ike's EDC, thanks for stopping by, moderator and moderators. We appreciate that shit. Jesse, what up, man? Thanks for kicking the goddamn door in. Happy New Year to you as well. Hopefully all is well. Kelton Gaines, Happy New Year, man. Appreciate you kicking the door in. Franco, hey, what up, X? What up, Chad? Happy New Year to you as well. Everybody coming through, making the stuff happen. Michael, what up, man? Giving the Lima Charlie confirmation. We appreciate that. We do appreciate that. He says, damn, I'm late. No, you are here. You made it. Okay, don't say no. You freaking made it, man. Okay?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Oh, man. Glad to freaking pop that cherry, Brian.
Pause.
I'm just saying, okay? We made that shit happen. First live stream, okay? Thanks for kicking the door in, okay? So what else we got going on here, man? Everybody just kind of coming through. Brian says he used that Gold Bond medicated for the smack. Okay, sir. I grew up on those tough acting tenactin commercials. Okay, I'm 37. I don't know if y'all remember those goddamn lame ass commercials. I fucking remember that shit. MK, my resolution is to carry something different every day, and if I don't, give it to someone as a gift. What? different every day. You know, there's 364 more goddamn days in a year, sir. Give you a goddamn hand clap, okay? I'm going to say you're doing a good job so far, M. King. You have to be. I'm assuming that you're doing a phenomenal job so far, M. King. Because it's fucking, it's day one, right? It's day one. Let's see. I make goals. Goals are achievable. Resolutions are aspirational, says Mike and Ike's EDC. Sir, you got a good damn head on your shoulders. I don't want to spam the applause, but that's what that means. He says, I don't set goals. Excuse me, I don't set resolutions. I set goals because those are achievable. Hey, I want to lose 10 pounds by March. You know, I want to freaking date. I want to go on at least 6 dates this year if you're a single girl or a single guy or whatever. Hey, I want to, whatever. I want to invest in whatever. So goals are completely different than resolutions. I agree with that. You know, normally I make a video about the 4 things every man should do. I did it in 2022. I didn't do it this year. I might do it again. That's one of the things I talk about. Is set goals, don't set resolutions. Absolutely concur with that. Do I ride motorcycles? What kind? No, I don't. It's something that I would do, Daniel. I just got so many different hobbies that Danny Lene would, it would not suffice. Danny Lene is Mrs. X. Danny Lene it just wouldn't suffice with her, okay? I do YouTube as a goddamn hobby. I'm always out here in the freaking man cave, just piling it up. Come here and have a goddamn seat, okay? I'm always in the man cave piling it up. I woodwork, which I don't show that on the channel, but I fucking woodwork. I have tons of electric vehicles. So I'm on electric bikes and one wheels and electric scooters. I go on hikes. I mean, if I add a motorcycle to the mix, I think she would separate me from my goddamn scrotum, okay? It would be a whole issue and a half. It's something that sounds interesting, Daniel. I will say that. Won the lottery, got that George T. Stagg in Ohio liquor lottery. It's so crazy because what the liquor stores do around here for anything from the Buffalo Trace line is they want you to be a member and like accumulate so many points, right? So if you want a Weller's, if you want a Buffalo Trace, if you want anything specifically, they just want loyalty for that one specific place. I tend to go to Cash Cartel. This is not a promotion for them. If you go to cashcartel.com, you're going to pay a premium, but listen, by the time I'm done accumulating loyalty points or winning a fucking lottery, I could just pay the premium for Cash Cartel and I can get liquor shipped to Texas. I know some states you can't get liquor or wine shipped to you, but in Texas you can. And I just get it shipped to me. So if there's something I really want, I just fucking pay for the shit. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations on winning that goddamn lottery, sir. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to do. My resolution is to stop wanting spider codes so goddamn badly. Stop lusting after the spider codes. If life depended on it, if your life depended on it, will gun or mag fed, for the sidearm. If my life depended on it, would I prefer a mag fed or a will? For me personally, because clearing a jam or an issue with a mag fed is something more I'm accustomed to because of the Marine Corps and because of my personal, I don't own, me personally, because of the Marine Corps and because of what I personally own, I will prefer something that's mag fed. Clearing something, whether it's the forward assist or pulling it out and tapping the magazine, whatever, I would prefer that. I would feel more comfortable with that. If I was trying to defend one of my kiddos, that would probably be the way that I go. But what would you do? What would you do? My MOS in the Marine Corps, military occupation specialty, I always get that shit wrong sometimes. I was a 3044, Steven. So I was a contracting officer, contracting specialist. What the fuck does that mean? I went around the world with operators, recon, Marines on the mule, Marines that were just deployed in Afghanistan or in Brazil or Colombia. I went to, I had to go to the Dominican Republic for the Haiti earthquake. I wrote contracts. So, we love our recon Marines. We love our infantry. We love our 0311s and stuff. But there's certain things y'all can't get by yourself. An example would be if you need to practice sunken chest wounds on an animal, you can't buy a goat or a hog on your own when you're in Afghanistan. someone that has the authority to do so has to do that type of stuff. I was the guy that will fly in and buy a goat so the 0311s can practice sunken chest wounds. And then they would eat it. You know, stuff like that. Or buy whatever was needed in different locations. So out of 170,000 Marines, there was only 155 of us that did my MOS. Mr. Field 1969, thanks for kicking the door in. Happy New Year to you as well. Do I still use my admin pouch? I do. So I one admin pouch I sold, and my other admin pouch, I'm actually staring at it right freaking now. I don't even know if you can, but I have a way off in the distance, that's my editing desk, and I have my nutsack admin pouch is sitting over there. I was kind of reconfiguring it or whatever, but it's just kind of over there chilling next to my freaking monitor, which I'm about to throw through the goddamn roof because it keeps flashing on and off, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. But yeah, man, I still use it, man. I still use the admin pouch. It's freaking fantastic. We'll talk about what I'm carrying here in a second as well. Nice guy B1, thanks for stopping by, sir. Thanks for being a goddamn ever. We appreciate that, man. We do appreciate that. Let me know. Let me know, what did y'all carry for the new year? What did y'all carry to start off the new year? Joe says, Happy New Year and much success. Watch other channels before finding yours, and glad I did. Really enjoy your content and everything you cover. Not just EDC, but survival. Keep up the great work. Joe, you got a good goddamn head on your shoulder, sir, okay? Good head on your shoulders. So all that good stuff as well. Phytonics, thanks for stopping by, sir. What up, man? Saying howdy as well. It says, what cigar am I enjoying? I am smoking on. I should have did a little bit of B-roll. Joe, we're gonna get your comment off the screen here in a second. Camacho Orange. I'm so bad about knowing like exactly. I normally, for stuff that I smoke all the time, I know exactly what it is. If it's a Robusto or a Maduro or whatever. So on jrcigars.com, and I'm not going to link it in the description because YouTube doesn't like you when you link to tobacco products, but I will take you guys to jrcigars.com. I use jrcigars.com and I let them send me a monthly membership, and on the monthly membership it is they send you, most likely it's cigars that you've had before. But I normally will sign up. I think it's $25 or $30 a month, and I normally get about 5 sticks from them. So, you know, you come here and it's the Cigar of the Month Club. I was a part of Privada Cigar Club for almost 3 years, and I love Privada Cigar Club. They were fantastic. But when it comes to like rocking out in my man cave, once I started to get repetitive features from Privada, I knew it was time to let them go, because I was giving Privada Cigar Club $30 a month. They only gave me 3 sticks. I say only. It was a great deal because they introduced me to new cigars that I had never tried before. So that was beneficial because it's like, well, I've never tried this before, so it's nice to try it. But once I started getting duplicates, I let them go. Now I'm with jrcigars.com. And I pay, I think, $30. They send me 5 cigars, and I think it's a pretty good deal. So this month I got exactly what you see on the screen. I got these, literally these sticks that they have featured are what I got. I got the Camacho Orange, just a little Olivia. I got a Romeo and Julieta Blue, a JR branded stick, and then some type of M81 Maduro, which I never heard of before, which I'll try that out. So fantastic deal for me in particular. They also do veteran discounts, and they do first responder discounts. So if you're a firefighter, you know, EMT, a peace officer, or if you're a vet or still active duty, they'll give you a discount as well. So I like them a lot. And I don't mind them sending me some stuff out. Piranha, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Happy New Year as well. Michael says mag fed all day long, and I think it's just because it's something that I'm comfortable with. Everybody has different comfort levels, Michael. So for instance, Mrs. X gets nervous because until she started dating me nearly a decade ago, she had never been to a gun range. So I've taken her to gun ranges, and she's used to a gun range taking a weapon off safe, right? Taking the safety off a weapon. And so if I give her a 1911, she knows how to take it off safe. And if I tell her to do single action versus double action, she can do all that type of stuff, right? Hold on, give me. But if she if an intruder were to come into the house, she would feel a lot more comfortable with a weapon that didn't have a safe on it, right? So I give her a Saturday Night Special by Smith & Wesson. It has no safety on it. It has no hammer on it. If someone were to come into this house, she can pull that weapon out, or she can pull out a shotgun and use it, and she feels comfortable with that because she could be nervous. You know, she doesn't have to remember to turn off a safety, all that type of stuff. But if you're more used to carrying a boomstick or something like that, to Michael's point, you want to go with what you're familiar with. I wasn't 0311. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't own anything that's sending wheelbarrow or that's sending stuff through. I trained on that stuff, but downrange, I carried an M4. Magazine fed type crap. My sidearm was, I think, let me see, I was a staff NCO. I don't remember what sidearm I got to carry in Afghanistan. But it just really depends. Brian says, I got a new Saturday Night Special for Christmas. Was just asking, by the way, a wheel gun won't jam. Only manufacturer can be ammo for my... Okay, see, there you go. The more you know. See, I didn't even know that. So for me, I know for a fact that a mag, it's not the mag, you know, if your mag is jamming, that means your shit is normally dirty. It's normally the way it's being fed into the weapon. So you sometimes you hit the forward assist, or you might have to actually clear it out, for me personally. But I prefer, you know, a Saturday Night Special for the wheelbarrow. I guess the wheelbarrow technically won't ever jam. But I'm thinking of, when I'm thinking about a wheelbarrow, I don't know why I'm thinking about you literally putting in a old school Tommy gun wheel versus Saturday Night Special, which I guess technically will be a wheelbarrow as well. Kelvin says, Mr. X, haven't used a Leatherman Art just yet. I haven't used it yet, Kelvin, and I'm not going to unless Leatherman wants to send me one, because the juice just doesn't seem to be worth the squeeze. I think the blade's still on there. What is it, S30V or Magna Cut? What is the main drop point blade on there? But I don't only carry, if I only carried a multi-tool, then I think I will be more prone, you know what I'm saying, to carrying a higher end blade steel on my multi-tool. But I carry a knife every day, right? So I'm always carrying a knife every day. Speaking of carrying a knife every day, let's talk about what the fuck I'm carrying today. I've only been running my grape, you know what I'm saying, for about 30 goddamn minutes. Boosie, what the fuck is going on, man?
Come on now, dog.
Listen, my bad, okay?
Come on, man.
Benchmade Norfolk in the pocket. Benchmade cheap steel. I just not giving them any new money. I'm not giving them new money, okay? Benchmade tax is still real. I don't know what they're going to do in 2024. My Benchmade Norfolk's a little different. I took the wood and I ran it through my laser engraver. I don't know if you can see. Can I get closer? Can I get in there a little bit? I don't know if the light's going to show. But I put a topo design on my Benchmade Norfolk, so mine is truly custom. I like the Norfolk, okay? I'm going to be at my hunting property soon. I like to just kind of get myself used to starting to carry some of my hunting stuff. This is designed for, this is what I would call the first down, a kill type of Benchmade, because it is lined versus like the bug out is cool and all, but it's just kind of too lightweight. If you're going to be using this when you first put down a kill or something like that, whether you're cutting out the buttocks or you're cutting out the guts, this is the type of knife I would take with me hunting to do type of stuff like that before I get it actually back to my cabin and start to process the entire animal. And I'm a big fan of it. I like the wood accents. It's too fucking pricey, okay? It costs too goddamn much. Okay,
What?
it's like $200 right now.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's like a pricey boy right now. Like right now on Amazon, this shit is what, $199? It's too goddamn high. It's nothing special about it. Other wood scales, yay, S30V, okay. Well, it's just not worth it for me per se. But if I'm going to the base website, let's just see how much it is on base, because maybe I bought mine on base, and I think that's why I'm kind of like more prone to own this. I don't even remember how much I spent on this shit. Let's log in real quick. So if you're a veteran or if you're currently active duty, you can obviously go on shopmyexchange.com and buy this shit. So 165, I feel like I bought it on sale. They do sales on base quite often. But yeah, me personally, I would feel comfortable spending between like 130 and 150 on this knife on sale versus 200 of goddamn dollars. Ain't no way that I would spend that money, because it's just, I don't know. It's just getting a little craziness, okay? Getting a little craziness. But also in the pocket today is the flashlight. Now, this is called the Manker F14 flashlight. This is an interesting flashlight, okay? It's a they're trying to get these flashlights in the hands of creators. Full disclosure, they sent this shit out to me. I don't know who the fuck they are. It's a Chinese company. All right, I got one of those. Hello, dear. We want to send you a goddamn product. When I see hello, dear, I know you're fucking China, okay? Who says dear in an email? So, you know, they said, hello, dear. We want to see a goddamn flashlight. It actually 1200. So it's 1250 lumens for the high output mode. 268 meters full throw. I don't know about that. I tried to shine it down my alley. My alley's really dark. Not a lot of people have lights on their garages in my alley, so it's plenty of dark for I can normally test a flashlight. And I don't know about that throw. It just didn't really seem that well. But I will say this. There's a few things I like about it. The entire base of it is magnetic, which is great. And it's USB Type-C charging at the very bottom down here. And it includes a port. But another thing I like about this thing is that its power delivery. You can actually charge your phone with this flashlight. So I thought that was kind of cool. If you don't want to carry a battery bank that day and you have a cord with you, you can plug it up here and plug this into your phone and use this, right? It also has dual features. So it has a cool light and it has a warm light. So I thought that was cool. You can actually deploy both at the same time if you want to, or you can deploy just one, and each of them have like 3 or 4 or 5 settings or whatever. So I don't know how often it's going to be carried in the pocket, mainly because they have the pocket clip facing this way so that you can put it on your cover or whatever. But because they have it facing this way, that means you're carrying it beam up in your pocket. I prefer to carry beam down in my pocket. It's a first world problem, but it won't get carried that often because of those small things. But it's just something to think about. It's linked in the description if you want to check it out. It's like $55. Is it worth it? I mean, it does have it's aluminum, so it's like an aluminum alloy build. It feels sturdy as fuck. I will tell you that. Is it $55 worth it? I don't know, y'all. I've had this in the pocket for a week, and I'm trying to think, would I spend $55 on this flashlight? I don't know. I just don't think I would. It doesn't have like a God tier low lumen mode. I want 1 or 2 lumens. It doesn't have that. And yeah, the warm light and the cool light are cute, but why would I need a warm light versus a cool light? Maybe y'all can tell me in chat. There's never a time other than like if I'm inspecting like a circuit breaker box, or if I'm looking inside of a condenser, if I'm an HVAC guy, but I am none of those things. So I don't really need warm light very often. So I guess, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Check it out. If it's something that you might want to check out, man, check it out. The magnetic base and the fact that this can charge other devices might be worth it for you. But is it worth it for me? I don't know about all that. Also being carried today is my freaking nutsack, okay?
Pause.
I'm just saying, full nutsack action. I got the nutsack. This is the actual Morale edition. This is a new sling bag by Nutsack. Full disclosure, Nutsack sent me this sling bag out. The other one that I had, I bought. But of course, I did a fucking video about it and caught their attention. And hey, nice to meet you, X. Can we send you a fucking bag? Absolutely. Okay. Nice to meet you too. So it's the Morale edition of the Nutsack sling bag. They have this freaking, you know, so now it's like hook and loop ready for you to put all your dorky ass REs on the front. I just have 2 patches on the front. If I were to ever put like some med stuff in here, I would swap one of these out and put like a med patch on it. If I have my daughter with me who's allergic to tree nuts, peanuts, eggs, I actually have stuff on here to let it be known that she's allergic to something, if her EpiPen was in here. So I do like this bag for that functionality. And, you know, but other than that, it is just like the other nutsack sling bag. This is 10 additional dollars. I think that the 10 additional dollars does make sense. Even if you don't use the morale feature immediately, it does kind of make sense. In this front pocket, I'm not going to go through this whole bag, but it's basically kitted out. I got my headphones of choice, Google Pixel Buds Pro. What else is in here? My wallet. I'm not carrying my wallet on my body today. It's actually in my pocket, which is the wingback wallet, which I'm a freaking huge fan of this goddamn wallet. And what else do we got in here? Oh, my jibbing keys. So real cool features. And then I think inside the bag itself, or actually the main thing I like about the nutsack though is while you're wearing it, it's closed right now. There's 4 zippers, so you can actually unzip this side zipper and access your items while it's slinged on your body. I don't have mine in sling mode right now though. I bought the backpack conversion for it, so mine is in backpack mode. It comes in sling mode, but I have mine in backpack mode right now. I like the freaking backpack mode. Okay, I really like the backpack mode. It's no longer kind of like sloshing all over your back. Of course, I got the freaking hero clip on here. Is this a small hero clip or a medium? This is a small hero clip. So I got a small hero clip on the top to kind of keep it from, you know, going all over the place. And of course, you know, I had to drop off my oldest daughter to my ex-wife today. And you know, we make a couple of stops on the way there, take this bag inside and use the hero clip to hang this shit up off the stall. So I'd have to put this shit on the floor. It's just fantastic type stuff, man. And so the bag itself, you know, overall, it's just kind of kitted out with my normal type of shit, man. Just my smolder pouch. I've talked about this before. Smolder pouch is in here. Everything that's in there, the video, you can check that out on my channel. And let's see, I got a Zippo lighter. It's just kind of like normal stuff that I normally would carry. The newest thing that I did get for freaking Christmas, which I'm a big fan of. I'm trying to think, is there anything else in here that's interesting? Nah, not really. Basically, I've showed it to you guys before. But this is the most interesting new thing that I got. This is called the Woobin F5. Woobin, what is going on? Are y'all watching this shit right now? Y'all know that we got a relationship. Why the fuck did you not tell me about this fantastic product of yours, okay? What is going on? Like, goddamn. I mean, goodness gracious. We'll talk about this shit in a second, man. Ladies, do me a favor. I got to get my shit relit. Y'all excuse me real quick, man. Freaking excuse me real quick while we get this shit. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button, man. Got to relight my shit. My bad. Normally I don't. I speak on live streams, but I gotta focus right now. So, ladies, keep them company. Goddamn Man Cave Money's make this shit happen, man. Make sure you hit that goddamn like button. Let's get this shit going real quick, man. Get off that goddamn pole. Get off that pole before you hurt yourself. Go wash them titties, man. Go wash them up. We might need you later on. The Woobin F5. Super interesting flashlight, man. So the Woobin F5 is like this flood flashlight. It has a crazy battery capacity. 5,200 milliamp hours. It's like the size of your cell phone. Probably bigger than your cell phone battery, easily. But this entire panel lights up. And I have it on right now, but it's a great light to be able to use as like a floodlight, use in different situations, and just basically you can hang this from something and just allow it to be whatever you want it to be. And the thing I like most about it has this hook on the back. So I've used this to hang in the engine well of my truck, hang this from a tree if I'm hanging out, if I'm working on like one of my electronic vehicles, if I'm You know, I had to put air in one of my e-bikes while I was riding it one day on the side of the road. Pull this thing out, use it as a kickstand. And then this entire ring on the back is magnetic. So you can actually clip this to metal as well. Decent little lanyard on here. But this is also a power delivery type of thing. It charges with USB Type-C, but you can also output, right? So you can output to anything that you want to, either the USB-C or the USB-A port. So I got this thing for Christmas as a little tripod thing. If I do YouTube shit, that will be handy for me to be able to just stick that on a tripod if I need extra light. So this is great for whenever I go hunting. Sometimes I primitive camp and I'll sleep in the back of my truck. It's just in a sleeping bag, and I'll cover myself with a mosquito net, or this time of the year I don't need a mosquito net because it's so cold outside. But this will be the perfect light to just leave on. I don't give a fuck if it dies, because you know, it's pretty great. And it has a battery indicator to let you know how much it has left. And I use this the day after Christmas. I wanted to freaking put it through its paces. Left this thing on for an hour and a half, breaking down box after box after box from goddamn Christmas. Okay, who didn't have to do that shit? Okay, I did it. Give me a goddamn attaboy in the chat. It's the Woobin F5. It's an interesting little flashlight. How much does this thing cost? Because it was a gift, so I actually have no clue how much it costs. Let's check it out real quick. So wow, that seems like a pretty decent price. It's $39.99 with a 20% off coupon. The green, which is the one that I have, is $36.99 with a 20% off coupon. So that's going to get you almost $8 more off. Let's call it like a little bit over $6 additional. That's not horrible. Let me throw this in the chat for y'all to check out. This is not a horrible actual item to check out, man. Yeah, check that thing out. This thing is pretty freaking. This thing is actually coming in more clutch than I imagined that it would be. You know what I'm saying? This thing is coming in clutch even more than I imagined that it would be. I think that's freaking pretty awesome. I do believe that is pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, man, the carry today, just real simple type stuff. We kind of just making stuff happen as well. So make sure you put a Q code in front of your shit if you want me to read your question or your comment and all of that good stuff. We'll jump back into your comments as well. I know there's some goddamn videos I need to freaking check out. The most useful tech purchases of 2020. Oh my God. See, I'm just, as soon as I pull up YouTube University, I see stuff that grabs me by the goddamn balls. And all I can think of is just like, oh man, I want to watch that. I haven't watched that. It's just so much stuff I got to catch up. So much stuff I got to catch up on. Let me see this thing real quick. Make sure that you have on receiving of gifted memberships, because you just never know when I'm going to jump you into the goddamn battalion. Okay. It's never a known thing when it's happening. You just University, I see. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. There's never like a full time to know exactly when the shit is going down. So make sure you got on gifted memberships as well. So hey, listen guys, and most definitely it's a fantastic day. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bless y'all up real quick. Let me go ahead and lace you up real quick. Let me go ahead and lace you up real quick, man. I appreciate y'all being here once again, man. Go ahead and enjoy that shit real quick. Ladies, freaking hop on that goddamn poll and just let it be known that we're so happy to have them real quick, okay? I'm just saying. What up, man? Thank y'all once again for vibing out in goddamn 2024. Already for the goddamn thing. Already with the goddamn thing, man. Put a goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Drop those freaking emojis in the chat. Make that shit happen as well. I gotta freaking grab my actual bourbon. Ladies, keep them company for a second. What up, man? Hey, get off that pole. Get off that pole before you hurt yourself, man. Pick up that goddamn, pick that shit up and go wash them titties. We might need you later on. There's just no way to tell or at all. Of course, as I told you guys earlier, we're going to fuck with this 1920, man. We'll fuck with this 1920. Somebody put me down for 2 ounces, and we'll say hello to the folks that just joined the battalion. But somebody put me down for 2 goddamn ounces. And don't bully me either, okay? We're going to call this a firm 2 ounces. Yeah, somebody put me down. I know my mathematician, Dwayne, is here. I saw you earlier. So, Dwayne, put me down for 2 ounces, my guy. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? He went to NYU school, got this he's a mathematician. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I just made that shit up last year. But we got that shit laid down just right, man. Join me in the goddamn man cave. Have a seat. Welcome to the goddamn battalion. Everybody just came through with that shit, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Yes, sir. Welcome to the battalion. Everybody just click the goddamn door in, sir. We appreciate that stuff. Derek, thanks for stopping by, sir. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Five Tonics, thanks for stopping by, sir. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. KCR, what up, man? Thanks for kicking the goddamn door in, sir. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Man, oh man, Kirk Moore, what up? We got is it Bionic, Micro, and Derek? Appreciate y'all stopping by as well. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Josh Thompson, what up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Yes, everybody joined in making that shit happen. We also got PNW Prepper and Dr. Breezy. Both of y'all, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Make sure y'all use those goddamn emotes and all that good stuff in the chat as well. We appreciate that stuff. What else is going on in this chat before I start to, you know what I'm saying? Let me take this sip because I don't want you freaking bullying me. X, you're just going to babysit that 2 ounces? No, I'm going to drink this shit, man. Freaking maybe make this shit happen, okay? Let me make this shit happen. Okay, I'm going to drink it. I'm getting there, I promise. Oh, that shit stings the nostrils. You know, over the holidays, I've been drinking a lot of bullshit, okay? I've been drinking a lot of bullshit. So, me and Danny Lene went out the other day, right? And some of y'all don't have a frame of reference of who Danny Lene is. Folks that have been around for a while know who fucking Danny Lene is. And I expect some goddamn googly eyes in the chat because I have to explain who she is. And then we go from there. But, you know, so I took Danny Lene out the other day, right? And we decided we were going to go to a real Dallas type club. And if you're from Dallas, Texas, when I say we went to a real Dallas type of club, it means like the type of folks that hang out and just the type of swag and the type of, you know, so all that type of shit. And so I'm trying to find an appropriate photo of Danny Lene that won't get the whole goddamn channel shut down, Boosie. Okay,
Hey,
I'm
bro,
just saying.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get the whole shit shut down. But we decided to go out the other day, and I told myself, I said, I'm going to drink some fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to drink some bourbon when we go to this bar. And it was pretty freaking good stuff. But I asked him, I said, hey, I just want some Evan Williams B.I.B. I just want some Evan Williams B.I.B. Give me a goddamn attaboy in the chat. Give me the googly eyes in the chat. Me and Danny Lene, you know, so I had to take this fat ass out to the club, okay? So I said, give me some Evan Williams B.I.B. or Evan Williams just something. Oh, well, we don't have Evan Williams. We got Buffalo Trace and we got this and we got that. I'm like, hold on, what? I was like, man, just give me goddamn Makers. So I drank like 4 Makers, neat. You know what I'm saying? Went home and went goddamn 20 toes. You already know what the goddamn deal is, man. Come on now. You already know what the deal is. Googly eyes in the chat for Danny Lene. But yeah, so let me see what questions y'all got before I jump into a video, because I tend to. Sometimes I get lost in the sauce, and then next thing you know, I missed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to think I'm freaking shitting on you, nothing like that. I don't want you to think I'm freaking ignoring your stuff or nothing like that, okay?
He needs some milk.
I don't need no milk. Give me another freaking sip of this goddamn bourbon. We can make that happen as well. Me and Nas, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. He saw that shit in the chat. Thanks for the confirmation. Mike and Ike's as well. Making that stuff happen as well. Dwayne, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Let's see. If your life, we talked about that. Semper Fi, what up, man? Thanks for stopping by. You're freaking there, devil dog. He says, got the nutsack sling and tanned wax canvas for Christmas. Decided to try it out. Any recommendations for organization? Mike and Ice, what I would say is work it in. It's going to take a while. I forgot how long it takes to break in the nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
But I just know that when you first get it, you're going to want to put your multi-tools in the molly. You're going to want to put this in the molly. You have to work it in. You have to break it in. Another thing that I learned is the molly system inside is really, really useful, Mike and Ike's, but it can get cluttered fast if you try to put too much stuff directly in the molly. So what I normally do is I attach a pouch to the molly system, like you saw with that smolder pouch from Roaring Fire, and then I'll put a couple of items next to it versus just trying to like molly the entire thing up, right? So it's a lot easier for me to just kind of throw, and it's kind of hard to see. I got this camera zoomed in so fucking much, but it's kind of hard to, I normally would just go with the smolder pouch and a couple of items next to it. So I have the Benchmade sock P in there, a fixed blade knife, and I have a tactile turn pin, and I have a Zippo. And that's all I have on the actual molly itself. And that gives me options for if I want to kit it out with more stuff in the future, stuff like that. So just kind of go for it, but don't go overboard per se, because it can get cluttered fast. It can get cluttered fast. Congratulations on grabbing that thing. Franco says, X, those business portfolios on Amazon with the credit card organizers will have you turning heads and dropping panties at Sam's Club. You know it's legit when it comes with a calculator. A fucking calculator?
Hey, bro,
come on, man.
Dog. Come on, man.
You need that legal size business portfolio with a business card holder and a calculator that can only do basic math. If it don't have a scientific calculator, this shit is not for me, okay? It's not for me, obviously. Maybe it's for you. Have you used Sin-Cut knives? Cali Hiker says, I have. Full disclosure. So Sin-Cut, so basically what We Knife, Civivi, and Sin-Cut is like a good, better, best. Sin-Cut is their good. Civivi is their better. We Knife is their best, right? So I have used Sin-Cut because they sent it to me, but I've never purchased it. After I used it, I think I gave it away in a giveaway. I would say Sin-Cut is like on the same level as like Kubey, Kubey, and those type of knives where it's nothing to write home to mom about, but they're great if you don't own a pocket knife. If you're using a pair of scissors to open packages, if you're doing silly shit like that, then a Sin-Cut knife gets the job done. I don't have any complaints about them. It's all basic steel, which means you're going to have to sharpen them more often than not. But if you're honing your knife on leather in between sharpening, it can keep an edge longer anyway. I normally keep a leather strap right next to the entrance to the man cave, and I'm always kind of like honing a knife in between sharpenings anyhow to keep an edge longer, which means I've removed less metal during the sharpening process and stuff like that. So even like less expensive knives don't have to always go through that same process, if that makes sense. Let's see. Phytonic says, for a place with no deers, they sure say deer a lot. They sure say deer a lot. You're right. I had to learn a bunch of new lingo styles when I started talking to them. Absolutely. Oh my God. Like we don't have the biggest deer out here. When I go up to north, literally, when I go up to my mom's house, she has deer in her front yard. You can't touch them. You can't do anything. I'm like, so you're just going to let that deer fuck up your mailbox? Like I can't shoot it with a crossbow, like nothing. It's just literally out there fucking your mailbox up. No, we can't do anything. We just got to call animal control. This is a part of life. Yeah, here in goddamn Dallas, Texas, man, take a goddamn crossbow out there, make that shit happen. You can't use a weapon. You know what I'm saying? This is one thing I like about learning this type of stuff, because I am not an expert on flashlights. I don't know why these companies think I am because I talk about them on videos, I guess. Franco makes a good point, but I am not an expert on flashlights. You know what I like about flashlights? They work in different scenarios. Like when I go hunting in Jack County in Jacksboro, Texas. It's fucking dark. It's dark as shit. And this flashlight that's on my hip today would get laughed at. It can't illuminate a tree line. I need something that when I'm walking into a deer stand at 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah, this is going to be fine. But when I'm walking up to the deer stand and the deer stand is 200 yards away, I want to shine a light at the deer stand to see, is there any, because if there's a sounder of hog at the bottom of that deer stand, I am not trying to roll up on a sounder of hog. Okay. Because if you roll up on a sounder of hog and if there's some sows in there that are pregnant, they are fucking aggressive. They normally run from you. But if they're pregnant, they're aggressive. Boars are aggressive. I want to flash 200 yards away, and I want to know if that's a sounder hog or if it's a dumbass armadillo that I hear in the brush. So that's how I know, like, that flashlight's good for this, that flashlight's good for that. But Franco says high CR flashlight is good for medical inspection because it doesn't add blue to the skin tissue. If you're trying to diagnose redness in ears, throat, it's good to have CRC. The more you know. I wish I had the more you know freaking sound on my goddamn keyboard.
Bro,
Okay,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
you know what I'm saying? Me when Oz, thanks for stopping by, sir. He said, what up, Marine? It says, what are your thoughts on Gerber gear? I just picked up the Gerber Dual Force multi-tool. Oh my gosh, Bryce, sir, thanks for stopping by as well. Nah, thank you for being a goddamn member. Let me tell you something. That freaking Dual Force, did I do a review on the Dual Force field trip? Let me look this shit up real quick. I think I did a review on did I do a review on the Dual Force? Marine X Dual Force. I've done so many fucking videos. Yeah, okay. So apparently I did a video on the Dual Force a year ago. I did a video on, it's probably closer to 2 years ago because, you know. The Gerber Dual Force multi-tool, it's a go. I still stand by this. Here's the only thing I would say about the Dual Force, Bryce, is it doesn't have a pocket clip, which is too fucking big to be in your pocket anyway, right? And I think that's like my only complaint about it. You can access all the tools while the pliers are closed. It's a big beefy pliers. It's not long nose or needle nose, but it's not for that at all. So I like the Dual Force. I would try to get it on sale. I wouldn't spend MSRP, which I think is like $80+. I would try to get it on. Maybe I think I bought it for like 99 bucks. Yeah, I think I spent like $99 on that shit. You know, so for me personally, I'm a big fan of the Dual Force. It is one of those items though, that if you're carrying it, it is kind of something that you would probably carry in something like, maybe not your pocket, but a sling or your bag or something like that. Are you planning on checking out the Bum Bag XL? Looks like a good upgrade from the original. It seems like they took some of your advice. Let me tell you something. Both the makers of the Bum Bag, I forget the name of the company. Is it Blue Origin or Blue Ridge? Blue something like that. Blue Origin's a goddamn. Hold on. Blue Origin's a fucking rocket company, is it not?
Come on, man.
It's something like that. The Bum Bag XL. So when I did my review on the Bum Bag, the makers of the Bum Bag and Taylor Martin, the Best Damn EDC, they both commented on my video, and basically they were defending my video, and they were basically saying like, you're carrying it wrong. They didn't say that, but that was the gist of their comments. And Blue Ridge, that's what they were. So what I took that as is like, well, when I watched the Best Damn EDC video and on his thumbnail, he's wearing it like a sling bag. So I thought it was a fucking sling bag. I didn't take it as a waist pouch until they got onto my they commented on my video. But so the Bum Bag XL, it's bigger. Let's look at the inside, because I know the inside only had like loop paneling on the inside, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I think I sold my Bum Bag. That's how much I didn't like it. So look at that. So it looks like you still have to buy organizers Yeah, it just looks like a bigger. It just looks like a bigger bum bag. You have to buy organizers and to organize your shit. And I mean, it still has the laser cut molly on the outside if you want to put some shit like a pin or something really slim on the outside. It has the loop paneling if you want to put some stupid ass REs on the front. And that's about it. But it does look more sling capable. It looks like it has a thicker strap. Like, look at this strap. Now, I will say that this buckle, I'm a buckle aficionado. Not really, but I can tell you that this is a shitty buckle, and this cord keep system is not the best either. Would I spend $75 on this? No, I wouldn't. Because there's other companies that have better cord keeps. This was definitely an afterthought by Blue Ridge. If you look at this buckle, that's the like most basic plastic buckle you could buy from Japan or China. And then there's other companies that have better organization for the extra cord. It's just going to be flapping around, slapping you in the back of your neck. That's just going to get on your nerves, okay? I did a review on Innotex bag. Their shit's great. Tomtac bag is better than this. Nutsack shit is better than this. So like, that's going to get on your nerves, especially if you're really skinny. If you're 2 biscuits away, then it's not going to be a lot of fucking cordage, right? So it just really depends. Biggie Nas, thanks for kicking the goddamn door in, man. What are your thoughts on zero utility knife, says John Andrews. Good question. I've never fucking heard of them. Field trip. We're already here. Let's just fucking field trip that shit real quick. Zero utility knife. So is it zero tolerance? Like, who makes this shit? A simple mechanical knife by so is it still on Kickstarter, or is this actually out for public? Right? So I need some pictures. Okay, it looks like it's an aluminum build. I mean, it just looks like a utility knife. It does look like it has a lot of grip. Okay, I'll give you my initial thoughts just looking at it. Okay, they're trying to make it fancy, and you can get it made of aluminum or brass or probably copper in the future, whatever they're going to make it out of. You know what would be really dope for one of these utility knives? If they made the shit out of G10. Like some CNC machine G10. Give me something that's going to be super durable. Like, super durable. How much is this if I back it on Kickstarter? Which I wouldn't even back it on Kickstarter. $48 for the aluminum. You can get the brass for that ass for $78, or you can get both of them for $110. I will probably wait until they actually drop on their website, because they're not going to be delivered till April of this year. If this is the one that you're talking about. $48, I guess that's a fair price, but it's just a utility knife. I guess you can change these out with blades from the big box store. But that's what it looks like. Unless if it has a proprietary blade, it's a hard pass for me. No, it looks like, yeah, you could just use, okay. It looks like you can just use blades from the big box store, which is good to go. But it's really hard for me to recommend this when I carry shit like the Milwaukee Fastback or the Gerber Pribet X, which is number 11 utility blade. But if you want the bigger one, just the Gerber Pribet, which is like $30. It's just hard. If you really like this design, then go for it. But for me personally, I'm not spending $48 on an aluminium utility knife. If it was G10, maybe it would get Grandpa excited. There's a possibility it can get Grandpa excited. John says, what are your thoughts on Tecton? I'm looking into their 85-liter mountain pack. God damn, the 85-liter, sir?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Are you going to be out there freaking making this shit happen? The price point is low enough for me to want to try it out. Now, let's do a field trip, because I've never fucking heard of it. I'm not the backpack guy. But I'm always down to find a good backpack. I'm always to find a good one. Matter of fact, it's time for me to try to find a good one because I sold and gave away almost every single one of my EDC bags in preparation for 2024. Like right now, I am back EDCing the Vertex Ready Pack 2.0, which is the bag I carried in 2021, which I know for y'all it's just like, who fucking cares, X? I've been carrying the same bag. I've been carrying my fucking JanSport since I was in the 10th grade. I'm fucking 30. Okay, sir. But you know, I do YouTube shit. So a lot of times I'm always trying to find that good new flavor, that good new recommendation for y'all or whatever, right? So it's just something to check out. $119 seems like a reasonable price, but what is it made out of though? It's a big boy. This is one of those bags that you know, so you put on the back of your trunk, right? You arrive to a camping location, you put it on the back of your trunk, you load the shit up, you're like, oh man, I hope I only gotta walk fucking less than freaking 5 miles, okay? My thoughts on this initially would be, it looks like a decent deal for $120. What is it made from though? Let me look at the specs. 600D polyester. I mean, it's ripstop, but for the diamond pattern ripstop, but 600D polyester. So Initech sent me a 500D polyester sling bag, and it's okay, but for something that's going to be outdoors, if you're going to be using it a ton, John, like a ton, like I'm talking you're camping 6 to 10 times a year, I will probably go for something better quality. But if you're, you know, a very infrequent hiker or camper, then this might be okay for you. But I would probably shy away from the polyester just because of durability. Like I would get nervous of throwing polyester over and over against rocks. I'm pretty sure the bottom is not made of polyester, just maybe this middle portion. Maybe the polyester is made of some type of twill. I hope it is, right? You know, it just all depends. Yeah, I would hope that the bottom is made of something different than polyester. I really would. That would be something I would be concerned with. Get a GoRuck bag and let us know what you think. GoRuck. I need to reach out to GoRuck. You know what? There's an EDC channel that I follow. I can't remember his name, but he reviews Mystery Ranch and GoRuck. It's not George Define. I can't remember his name. You guys might put it in chat. But I follow him all the time. What do I think about Donald Trump? Well, I mean, he's been influential for years. Say that. Let's just put it like that. I can remember being a younger man, and what song was that? It was a lot of black artists wanted to be the black Donald Trump, you know. But let's just say that he's good at keeping his name out there. Let's put it like that. It says 2020 year is the year of alpaca, says Nice Guy. Listen, I think I will concur with that. Alpaca is trying to put themselves up there at the top of the food chain. They are. Like, have you seen the shit that alpaca's coming out with? They're like coming for the jugular of the Mystery Ranch, of the GoRucks, of the Vertex. 511 is kind of like, you know. I think it's an interesting. I think they're definitely trying to come for it. Jimmy says, what up from SoCal? Thanks for stopping by, man. Best spotlight for night hunting is the Olight Warrior 3S. Olight sent that out to me. It was good. I think the 3S, does the 3S use USB Type-C recharging, or does it use their proprietary charger? If it uses their proprietary charger, I'm not taking it hunting with me. I can't get out to my hunting location, which is 2.5 hours away from my house, and like forget a charger. Everything I take hunting charges with USB Type-C, except for my stupid ass iPhone. Everything else is USB Type-C. So it just really depends. I just got the hub pouch, and it's smaller than I thought it would be, but it's definitely a solid pouch. Mystery Ranch's Amazing Packs own mini. Yeah. So the hub pouch, I would say that, Isaac, I can agree. Their marketing pictures, their photos, Isaac, would lead you to believe that some of their shit is bigger than it looks. So I got an alpaca. I think it's called a Metro pouch. That thing is fucking small. It is like small. Where's their search functionality on their website? Oh my God, pop-up city. Yeah, I got a I think it was a pouch. Here we go, right here. I think it was called a Metro pouch. And these pictures are so big that you're like, oh, these are going to be a decent size. You really got to pay attention to the sizing. Yeah, this is the pouch I picked up. And this thing was way smaller than I thought it was. It looks so big because of some of these photos, but I really should have took notice of what they have in here. That's some type of multi-tool. That's a really small flashlight. And if I look at it here, it's clearly about the size of this guy's hand. I should have took notice of that. I mean, this thing is 5.3 inches in height. So I picked this thing up thinking I was going to be able to use it as a viable pouch. It's definitely on my, it's in my truck in my Blue Ridge Tech area. And I keep an extra knife in there. I think I keep a Civivi Elementum. I have a Olight i5T in there, I think, and a Leatherman Skeletal. That's about it, because it's just not a ton of room in these. So I would agree with that. Some of their stuff does look a little small, but let's list the backpacks. It's just so crazy because they are definitely trying to make some shit happen. It's just I need to check out Ron Kwok, because I know he is good at looking at alpaca and air and all that type of shit. It's just, when I get a bag, I want some shit that's going to look good in the urban environment, but also is going to be durable enough for me to throw in the fucking mud when I go hunting, right? Like, those are things I think about all the time when I'm doing the same thing, right? John says the same thing about the Olight mini boat action pen. Yeah, that mini boat action pen. I got one right behind me. It is for the birds. I mean, listen, if you just want an EDC pen, because I talk about that, that should be an item that maybe you don't keep on your body. If you're not going to fucking use a pen, don't carry a pen. But if you want to be able to, sign some shit, like I told you, I took Danny Lene to that bar the other night. We had to sign the check at the end of the night. And the waitress, she had a fat ass. The waitress had a fat ass. Me and Danny Lene, we both noticed she had a fat ass. She had a fat ass. But she also had an apron on, and that apron had fucking straws and pins and goddamn dirt and shit. So when she brought the check back to me, I pulled out my own fucking pen, okay? Because I got a good head on my shoulders, okay? Mr. Phil 1969 says, I got alpaca to advertise my junk. Makes you think it's bigger than what it is. Oh my gosh, sir. I can understand that. He says, yeah, I got a belly button with a scrotum. That's the size of mine, sir. I'm just saying, okay?
Bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, listen, okay, Mr. Phil, as long as somebody like it, that's all that matters. It don't fucking matter, okay? It does not matter if you got a goddamn belly button with a scrotum, okay? As long as somebody like that shit, that's all that really matter. That's all that really matter. Mystery Ranch. Now, Mystery Ranch M1 is so, and I saw your comment earlier about the Vertex. I appreciate you were able to grab something. Yeah, it just definitely depends on, got to stay on that tactile turn flow. Yeah, tactile turn just has me, I love me some tactile turn. Now, of course, I got a relationship with them. I literally did a tour of their facility. I don't know if I'm going to put that video out because it feels really commercial-y, and I don't want to put a commercial out for Tactile Turn. Shout out to Tactile Turn, but I did a tour of their facility. I filmed it, and it felt really commercial-like. This is where we Cerakote shit, and this is where we inspect stuff, and this is where these is our Swiss machines that we bought from Switzerland, and we have 9 of them. It just felt real commercial-y, so I don't know if that video will ever come out, and they're okay with that. But they got some high quality shit. It may not be long, but it sure is skinny, okay? Listen, Danny Lene cares about girth, okay? That's all she fucking cares about, okay?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That is all that's cared about around here. The new phones will be Type C, and they are getting they are getting rid of that. Says Waldo. Yeah, I know that the new iPhone 15s have USB Type C, and I think that's about it. I have an iPhone 13 Pro. It's not my main phone. I use it literally for responding to YouTube comments. And if I don't have an iPhone, people, I got family members that will literally fucking bounce me up out of fucking group chats.
Bro, come on now, dog.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
So I have the iPhone 13 Pro because I fucking like this green color. This shit is a goddamn panty dropper, right? But it's not my main phone. I use it for Instagram Reels and shit like that, but it's not my main phone. My main phone is the Google Pixel 7. It's freaking phenomenal. Android. I'm an Android head all day long. Okay. Android head all day long. I would love to get a Google Pixel 8 Pro. What is this shit on the back of my phone? But it's just something I don't have a need for it. My 7 is still working just fine. So until this thing shits to bed, my Pixel 7 is my main go-to for right now. But let me see what videos. I know some videos I wanted to check out. Let's see what we got going on over here real quick. Let me see what we got going on over here. Somebody will have to put me down for 2 more here in a second. Hold on. Oh, and also let me know what y'all carried. I thought I saw some comments on what y'all carried today, but I just want to know what y'all carried today because I'm curious about that. But I also want to know if I want to freaking grab those same things as well, okay?
Bro, come on now,
Boosie,
dog.
listen, I know. Just chill out.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, like, fucking, do I need to grab the same shit? Is it the same shit? All right, so we got some folks that pumped out some content. Best EDC gear of 2023 says Everyday Minimalist. I might have to check that out. He did that 5 days ago. I'm curious because I did a best EDC gear. I don't do best. I do most impactful. A lot of people do best of lists. I don't know what their criteria is for best, but I like to do like most impactful gear of 2023. Impactful meaning like how was it useful for me and shit like that. So I think I might check his out. Yeah, 10 most impactful EDC items of 2023 is what I did 2 weeks ago. But I don't know. Everyday Minimalist is saying that he has the most, so we might have to check that out. But what else we got, man? What else? What have y'all been checking out per se? Also, I might want to check out that goddamn speed dating show. I haven't watched that shit in a while. So I watch all sorts of shit in the man cave. Now I watch John Gadget's top 10 gear on my main channel. He's one of my guilty pleasures. Him and Accessorize Me. Accessorize Me has a lot of fucking fidgets. I skip past that shit, but he's always coming up with my only complaint about Accessorize Me is I never know if the gear, if he's buying the gear or if he sent the gear. You don't have to disclose it on every item, but it does make me feel good if I know if you bought that shit or if they sent it to you. Like, those are things I think about. Like, did you buy the shit or was it sent to you? You know? So let me see his best gear real quick, man. Check this shit out.
Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my picks for the best EDC gear of 2023. Make sure that...
Now, I don't know. What do y'all consider like best of? Is it the shit that was the most useful for you? The shit that worked the best? The stuff you couldn't keep out of your pocket? Like, what does it mean to be the best for you? For me, it's something that keeps, out of the pinch. Check out the Apex Alchemy if I have not. I want to check that out now. Field trip. Oh, let me see that real quick, man. You said is that a bag? Because like I said, I'm on a hunt for a bag. Or is this a knife? Is this cologne? What is this? Is this the shit that I gotta put on to keep fucking deer from fucking smelling me, man?
What?
What is this?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's for shaving. Oh, it's a YouTube guy. Okay, I thought it was a fucking scent. Sir, I thought it was a goddamn scent, sir. Okay, man, I hate myself. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, I'll check him out. I was like, you want me to check out? Listen, I haven't bought razor blades in like 2 years. I bought a 100 pack and it's been fucking keeping me good to go forever. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'm gonna watch OG's video as well. I just want to see what type of content he's pumping out. So he said, spoiler alert, EDM is in a different tax bracket. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? At least he stays consistent with that. That's the type of shit that he does, right? John says, best for me will be most useful. I keep a Leatherman Charge. Yeah, somebody asked me earlier about the Leatherman Arc and do I carry it? And if so, why not? Or, you know, I have a Leatherman Mutt. I have a Leatherman Charge. I have a Leatherman Wave. And they're all so similar to the Arc. But my favorite is the Leatherman Free P4 because of its magnetic opening. Does the Arc do magnetic opening, like one-handed opening? That's my best feat. That's my most useful feature when it comes to my Leatherman multi-tools, is that nice one-handed opening. So 2023's best and worst. Okay, I might have to check this out. Let me go back here. Because I want to see what this tax bracket is for goddamn EDM, man. I want to see what is this stuff that makes it most
Today,
impactful.
I'm going to be showing you guys my picks for the best EDC gear of 2023. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon now. In this
one thing I try not to do, right? I mean, obviously, EDM has, you know, say he got he know what the fuck he's doing more than I do. He got 572,000 subs, but I normally try to like ask for the sub after I give you a little bit of content, if that makes sense. You know, if I'm asking for it in the first 10 seconds of the video, it's like, well, what the fuck have I given you? You know what I'm saying? But obviously, this is not his first rodeo, so we already know what the goddamn deal is.
This video was brought to you by House of Blades. More on that.
House of Blades, man, they right down the goddamn street. Oh, actually, you know, I also pause a lot when I watch videos, so if you don't like that, you know, you're more than welcome to go watch this fucking video on your own. But House of Blades, I'm right down the goddamn street. Like, what is going on with that?
Later. Now, quick disclaimer, all of the items I'll be mentioning I have acquired this year. This is going to include a pocket knife, a fixed blade flashlight, backpack, sling bag, EDC pouch, EDC pen, EDC pry bar, and a couple.
Oh my God, the goddamn pry bar Boosie.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Listen, I put a pry bar in my freaking pouch for like a month and I really tried to give it a go. Olight sent me the O-Pry 2. I put it in there. I pulled that shit out 2 times in over a month. 2 times. I was just normally doing stupid shit with the spine of my blade. So if I have a knife that has a crossbar, or especially if it was a lockback, I would rather just fucking try to scrape that shit off with the spine of my blade, use a multi-tool. But the pry bar I don't know, man. It just never really found a home for me.
Couple others, but I'll be leaving links in the description below so that way you guys can check out these items after this video. Let's not waste too much of your time and get right into it, starting with pouch of the year. Now my pick is this guy, the Data Crew What a Junior.
Now the What a Junior, listen, full disclosure, What a Data Crew sent me like several of those freaking What a Juniors and What a Sliders, and I love them. They're great. They're awesome, especially the X-Pack material. But I really hope they come out with a What a Junior or What a Slider with Molly straps. I would love to adopt a What a Junior or What a Slider inside of another bag. It would be fantastic. Woey says, hey, from Australia, X Arc is a P4 with Magna Cut blade and a Charge Wave Plus tool set. Good looking. It's $500 Australian dollars, and a Super Tool 300 does well for me. Yeah, I had a Super Tool 300. I gave it away. Okay, so if I own a Wave Plus, I own a Charge, I own a P4, I don't need an Arc. You know what I'm saying? I just don't need an Arc. Mike and I says a pry bar, that's what a slotted screwdriver is for. Yeah. It just, and I can't even remember why. Actually, I know exactly why I put out the pry bar. I went to a freaking chili goddamn cook-off, Boosie. It was on
Hey, bro, come on.
Let me
now,
tell you
dog.
something.
Come on, man.
I went to a chili cook-off. I couldn't eat anything because I don't eat beef or pork. And every fucking chili had goddamn ground beef in it, or they wouldn't tell you what meat it was in or whatever. But somebody had some shit stuck to the side of a table. I pulled out a pry bar and used it there. That was it. Like I was not, actively ripping out the goddamn pry bar using
Here.
shit.
The reason why I went with this pouch specifically is because of its overall size and form. It's extremely easy to throw into the pocket, and
That's true. If you want to put that entire pouch in your pocket, I don't know who's putting it in their pocket, but if you do want to pocket this, especially if you got some damn dad pants on, you got the cargo assassins on, you know what I'm saying? You got the cargo assassins on the body. Oh, that thing's ready to rock and roll. That thing's ready to rock. Put the goddamn cock out. Let's see. Franco says, are these dudes pulling nails and breaking up pallets with these pry bars? Like, what do you do with them for real? Now, to be honest with you, Franco, sometimes it's not about what you do with them. Sometimes it's about what makes you feel good, right? It really is, right? I own a lot of fucking headphones and earbuds. I only got one set of ears. So some of my earbuds or headphones miss me. Like literally, I threw these on my grape today because I haven't worn them in like a fucking month. I normally wear in-ear monitors when I do lives. I was like, you know what? I haven't worn those fucking, I don't even know what these are. I forgot what these are. I said, I'm gonna throw them on today. It's been a while. So maybe pry bars bring some type of readiness, right? Because there may be an opportunity for you to deploy the pry bar that we don't fucking know about. Or you might just want it for some fucking Instagram photos, okay? Now, one thing I would say, OG, triple OG, EDM, is I would love to know like stuff that you bought, stuff that was acquired by you. Now, my assumption is that this water slider was sent to you and you didn't buy it, because we all kind of have a relationship with Data Crew. And I kind of like to disclose that because these are hard to get your hands on. You know what I'm saying?
and they've released a ton of different colors. This green one might be my new
He says, Mr. Phil 1969 says, I breached a locked office at work with the old Pry 2 a couple of weeks ago. That's a good use case of it, right? Because I highly doubt you fucking EDC a goddamn butter knife,
bro,
okay?
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And if somebody locks their door and it's a simple lock and you can get between the door jamb or the threshold of the door and the actual locking mechanism, then yeah, you might be able to use a pry bar. That makes sense.
favorite, but what I love about the Water Junior is it has a huge
Now, I will say this. I don't rock a lot of REs because for me, they don't add a lot of value to my carry, but I like the way they look. I just don't rock them because I feel like, me personally, as a 37-year-old man who hangs out with a lot of men with big guts, I feel a little odd at happy hour pulling out my pouch which has fucking REs all on the back. That's just me personally. But if you have it, if it's aesthetically pleasing to you, it brings you joy, then fucking rock your REs, my guy. But I just don't. I don't do it very often. Matter of fact, I got REs on my smoter pouch. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple REs today. I'm in there like swimwear.
Build on the front so you can really customize it with your own patches. And then moving into the interior of the pouch, the layout is very well organized.
Let me just tell y'all something though. As much as I love the Water Junior Water Slider, they are small inside. You're not fitting a Civivi Praxis. You're not fitting a Benchmade, Adamas or some shit like that in there. This is going to be good for like a Leatherman Skeletal, maybe a small pry bar if that floats your boat, some shit like that. 408 legit says, I got a Leatherman Wave Plus for Christmas. Curious how the heck the sheath works. Does it go horizontally or vertically? 408 legit, the goddamn sheath goes in the fucking trash, okay? No, first off, congrats 408 for the Leatherman. Those sheaths are normally designed to go through your belt. So as you're putting on your trousers, you're supposed to run the sheath through your belt and wear it horizontally, or wear it vertically. I guess maybe you could wear it horizontally, but I would be nervous that it will fall out. So like, I know that the only Leatherman sheath that I kept was the Leatherman Mutt sheath, because it's like it has extra features and shit. But all my other Leatherman sheaths I throw away like as soon as I get them. But that's just me personally. I know I'm not gonna, if I ever sell it, then whoever I sell it to, I gotta tell them I don't have a fucking sheath, or you know. But that's just me. That's just me.
I can fit a ton of different gear within this pouch, such as chapstick, flashlights, bit drivers, pry bars, pocket art, and a ton more. And in addition to that, they threw in an interior loop field, so that way you can throw in your most coveted Ranger eyes. The Data Crew Wutta Jr. is a phenomenal pouch and deserves a title for Best Pouch of 2023.
Now I would say I legit pick EDM. It wouldn't be the best pouch for me. It's missing a little functionality because, you know, I need my pouch to be able to carry a bag. Like my EDC pouch needs to be able to carry shit that I can't carry in my pocket. So like everything he just mentioned, I can carry in my pocket. What the things I can't carry in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't carry like a battery bank in my pocket, a bunch of extra cords for my batteries in my pocket, maybe like a EpiPen for my daughter in my pocket. I need my pouch to be able to fit shit like that. And well, I can't fit an EpiPen in any of my pouches, but you get my gist, right? So as much as I love the Data Crews, I treat them like med pouches, so like small medical kits, or I have a Data Crew Wutta Jr. in my truck, which is my like, oh shit, I forgot my knife. Oh, luckily I have another knife in my truck. But you know, that's just a redundancy.
Next up, we have my pick for Best Pry Bar of 2023, and that's going to be none other than the Vero Fulcrum.
One thing I will say is this Vero Fulcrum, everybody and their mom has one. But when you use the Vero, at least from the pictures I've seen on Reddit, that the coating comes off quickly. We're going to see what his looks like, but the coating comes off fucking quickly. And yeah. He says, I Googled it and they got some nice sheaths. The backside has a weird design and the two belt loops, another strap, the button going the other way. So the second strap is normally for you to tighten down the sheath. Let me see if I can grab mine real quick. Hold on. So here is the Leatherman Mutt sheath, and I keep this one because I like it has this extra tool in the back for the Leatherman Mutt. But you can run this via Molly if you buy Molly straps, or the reason that this is this extra loop right here is that if you run this in a bag, you can tie this down tight. You can, if you take this out, you can tie this down really tight in a bag and it won't be loose in your bag flopping all over the place. So you can run it underneath there to actually run it in a bag. So if you imagine you have this on a Molly system in a bag and you run it through the second loop here, so it's nice and tight inside of a bag and it won't flop all over the place. But if you're wearing this on a belt, you can take this off and you can run it directly through the belt, kind of right through there. But like I said, I don't normally rock any, and if you decide to run it through the belt, I normally don't rock any of these sheaths through the belt. I just particularly am not a fan of doing that. But if that's something you want to do, then so be it. I like the Mutt sheath. This is what a normal Leatherman sheath looks like. So it's the same concept. You can run it through a belt right here. Or if you want to run it through a Molly system of a bag, you can run it through there and then make it tighter. So when it's inside of a bag, it won't be flopping all over the place. That's why it has these additional areas, Molly built in. So if you were running it through a belt, you could probably run it through there and then run it through one of these one more time to just keep it from flopping all over the place. And I'm surprised I had one more sheath left. I think this belongs to my wave, if I'm not mistaken. But the rest of my sheaths are freaking gone. 3P, 4 autos are freaking out the door. Are all out the door.
Now, the Mini Fulcrum has been out for a few years, but the reason why I chose this one specifically is because of the overall size as well.
X, do you use the Life Straw or the SAR? I know Grail is still number one H2O filtration. So they're interchangeable for me. It does, like the Life Straw, the SAR. I would prefer the SAR because you can buy those systems where you can gather water and take it back to a campsite or take it back to wherever you are and hang it from a tree and just filter it as you need be. The Life Straw, you have to put your face to the water source. I'm not particularly a big fan of that. I'm sure Life Straw makes systems where you can gather water and bring it with you, but I don't fucking know about them. I know SAR has it so that you can gather water and take it with you and filter it through a pouch as you drink it. But for me, the Grail is goated, as you mentioned. You can use it on all 7 continents and, you know, get to drinking immediately.
Well, size and form plays a huge factor into if I want to carry that specific item, and the Fulcrum has.
Like, look how small this mini Fulcrum is for a pry bar. Now, I have one pry bar that's a legit fucking pry bar. Let me grab that shit. Like, if I'm carrying a pry bar, I'm carrying a pry bar. This is a pry bar by Detonation Technology. They mostly work in the field of EOD type stuff. They make stuff for like bomb technicians and stuff like that. But this pry bar is a beefy pry bar. Fits fully in my hand, right? And it's really a digging knife, but it has a pry bar at the very end, slotted screwdriver at the very end. It has a cutting edge. And I've used this thing like twice. But if I'm gonna take something, I'm gonna fucking use it, I need a big ass pry bar. You know, so I need something that's like a big beefy thing. The Fulcrum looks like it would be good for scraping gum, maybe. And the issue I have with the Vero Fulcrum also is it has a pocket clip. This has a sheath. So I like it not having a pocket clip. So just like someone mentioned earlier, you know, breaking into a door jam or something like that, this is better suited for that because there's no pocket clip getting in the way. But if we look at what he has, like that pocket clip is gonna really get in the way when it's time to put it to use. And I'm just telling you like my experience from using shit. And that pocket clip will get in the way if you're trying to use it for a lot of different tasks. But if you're scraping gum or tightening shit on the bottom of cameras or, you know, tightening fasteners that are flatheads, yeah, it's going to be fine for that.
It's probably had the most pocket time throughout 2023 for me personally. It's just an extremely functional pry bar. I use these things on a daily basis to change out my camera plates.
Yeah, as I mentioned, camera plates. Like we do YouTube, right? So I don't use a pry bar for my camera plates. I use a fucking, I think I just have a slotted screwdriver for my camera plates. But, you know, my cameras normally just fucking sit where they are. I have 2 cameras sitting here in front of me. They just sit there. I change a camera plate once a month. So I don't need a pry bar on my person for my cameras for YouTube. You know, my shit just kind of just sits where it is. But I could understand if he's moving stuff around a lot or whatever, he might need it for that type of stuff. But I wouldn't be able to carry that because it has a pocket.
If I need to pry up something, more recently maintaining RC cars. And what I really like about the Mini Fulcrum is the fact that it has a pocket clip built in.
Mike and I says I have a few pry bars, but they're construction pry bars. Yeah, with a fat ass handle and shit like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me grab one. So when I talk to my buddies about a pry bar, like this is a pry bar for them. These are pry bars, right? These are pry bars. So like, I mean, if you're EDCing these things, then you're fucking, you're nuts. You're fucking nuts. You're nuts. Okay. But, so this here is a hyper tough pry bar, which I got from fucking Walmart, and I like to use it all the time for prying some shit. So yeah, I got pry bars, but if I need to do some like real prying of stuff, whether I'm pulling nails or whatever, I use real pry bars. My EDC pry bars aren't getting used for that type of stuff. B Sales, thanks for kicking the goddamn door, and we appreciate that. So it just depends, man.
And that also doubles as a thumb ramp, so that way you can get more leverage behind whatever you're prying. On top of being a pry bar, this thing doubles as being a bit driver with built-in bit storage. I usually leave in the Phillips and flathead bits.
Oh my God, it's called a slotted. You guys know that freaking pet peeves me real quick. Somebody give me goddamn 2 more real quick. Ladies, keep me company real quick while we freaking pour this shit up. Yes, sir. Bob, make sure you hit that goddamn like button, man. Let's get this shit going real quick. Somebody put me down for 2 more ounces. Dwayne, I don't know if you're still here, my guy. We're going to go ahead and kill this freaking old Forester 1920. Somebody put me down for 2 more ounces. Don't try to say it's not 2 goddamn ounces. Somebody got that math going. We're going to say that's goddamn 2 ounces, right? Somebody put me down for 2. That should have me at 4. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Make sure you hit that like button. We got that shit going real quick, man. Man Cave Monday is not here to play no goddamn games. Ladies, get off that pole. Get off that pole before you hurt yourself. All right, yeah, so the bit driver as well. Me personally, for a bit driver, this pry bar looks like it would work well for that because of its shape. But I just pull out a multi-tool if I need to drive some bits.
So that way, if I ever need them, they're always going to be on me. The Mini Fulcrum is an absolutely badass mini pry bar and deserves a title for Best Pry Bar of 2023. So the next item is something that I don't cover a ton on my full-length videos, but if you guys join my live streams or watch my shorts, this is a big one, and this is Best Fix.
I think that is what EDC or EDM is known for, his shorts, isn't it? Let me look that up. I think he's a shorts. Let me look. Look at this shit. 18 million views on one short, 15 million views, 14. Yeah, he's a shorts guy. He's fucking racking up some views on shorts. He's racking up some shit on shorts. Cause that's how I found him, is via shorts. Cause his regular videos probably perform about as well as mine do. But his shorts are fucking killing the game. Shorts are killing the game. Best fixed blade. Now, my best fixed blade, I freaking glazed the Montana Knife Company Blackfoot Speed Goat for like 14 minutes on a video. Shit was fantastic. My second one's probably going to be the Tops Knives Ferret. And then I also picked up the Bradford Guardian at the very end of 2023. That's a decent one as well. You know what I'm saying? So
blade of 2023. My pick is the Shores Knives Overland Sport, and this is just an absolutely fantastic.
Sir. See, that thing's fucking sexy. I wish it was a more aggressive Tanto, similar to like the Benchmade Bailout. Like if it was an aggressive Tanto that exposed itself for like cutting zip ties and shit like that, that will make that thing dope. But I love the way that thing looks. How much does that shit cost? I feel like it's about to be some big boy type shit. The watch, the fixed blade. Let me check this shit out. Field trip. .408 legit says okay to put a little gun lube on moving parts. No, I use knife oil. Are you talking about moving parts of multi-tools and knives? You just get some knife oil. Go to the manufacturer's website. So like Leatherman 408 legit, Leatherman sells oil for their multi-tools. Matter of fact, 408 legit, if it was me, I would buy Leatherman's maintenance kit. It's like $60, but the maintenance kit comes with some oil. It comes with a little Mickey Mouse pad where you can It's specifically designed for their multi-tools. But if you don't want to buy their shit, just buy some KPL or Kershaw's knife oil or whatever, and that should get the job done as well. Chef Rocky, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Now he didn't link the specific one. Well, I would hope that, how much? It's $265. That seems about right. I mean, it's made of, what is this? What is the blade steel? Magna Cut. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I don't know if I like this mirrored edge, because when it's time for me to resharpen it, I don't want to fuck it up, right? But I like this sheath. Has an Aussie clip on it. That seems about right. Me personally, I'm a big fan of the MKC Speedcoat. It's $300. But if that's going to be the only knife you own, fucking yes.
Fixed blade. The reason why I picked the Overland Sport is because of its small size and the ergonomics that it provides. It's extremely easy to cut with, especially with the sheep's foot blade. And if you want to do some precision cuts with a draw cut, you can basically put your index on that tip depending on your hand size. Another huge advantage of the Overland Sport is they're 100% assembled here in the USA and also made here in the USA. On top of that, when you go to order it, you can literally build it to whatever you want in terms of colors, materials. Every single Overland.
The only thing I would say about this knife is, for me personally, if it's going to be a knife that I'm going to be using for years and years and years, and I'm going to give to my sons, I would prefer that the scales be made of G10. The micarta looks cool, but micarta does patina. It does draw the oils from your hands. His doesn't have a lot of patina on it, but if you're going to have that thing for 10 years, 15 years, it's going to look, unless you're down with that, it's going to look fucking gunked up from your hands. G10, you can clean it up. It's durable. So me personally, I would prefer G10 scales on that type, and I think that's my card. I would prefer G10 scales.
Sport is made of Magna Cut steel, which is a huge plus. So whether you're in a wet environment or a dry environment, this thing is not going to rust out on you. The sheath for the Overland Sport is also made in-house by TJ Schwartz and his team.
That thing had a fantastic snap when he put it in there though, didn't it? God damn.
And it also comes with an ulti clip. So for those of you guys looking for an insanely durable, compact,
yeah, that thing is super small. Like, that can actually go in your pocket. I like the MKC Blackfoot a little bit more, but that looks like a contender.
EDC fixed blade,
but that's going to be a knife you buy, and you fucking don't buy a knife for the rest of the year at $265.
Overland Sport is your answer, and that's why I picked the Overland Sport for fixed blade of the year of 2023. And before we move into the next category, let's give a quick word for today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by House of Blades, my go-to knife retailer when it comes to anything knife related.
I need to go to House of Blades. They're like 50 minutes away from me. A lot of times I go to Blade Bar, which is in Grapevine, Texas. I live in Plano, Texas. I go to Blade Bar, and I need to talk to them about maybe sponsoring a video, because I'm always the fucking there making this shit happen. But yeah, we might have to check that out as well.
They stock pretty much any brand that you can possibly imagine, anywhere from Benchmade, Civivi, Wee Knives, ZT, Chris Reeve Knives, Koenig, and a whole lot of others. They also strive to be the best when it comes to customer service. As a matter of fact, if you place an order today, they will likely ship it out the same business day. I know you guys have felt this before. You're kind of like a kid on Christmas, just waiting for that day.
Like that hoodie, sir. This must be for the ad spot. Like that fucking hoodie.
To come where your new present arrives, and getting that package and opening it up for the first time, seeing your brand new knife is probably the best feeling ever. What I would actually suggest doing is calling up House of Blades at this number below and asking for Chris.
It says that's the Overland Sport that EDM is showing. They also have a larger version. Okay, I didn't know that. I was just on that website last night. It says for Joker. Building the dream. Yeah, for me personally, like I say, the MKC, I don't know what about it. I glazed that thing for fucking like 14 minutes. The shit is fantastic.
And Susie,
and I carried it in the pocket for, before I did my review of the MKC, I carried it in the pocket for about a month. It gets dirty as shit when you use it on stuff, because it's a mirrored, the entire blade is a not stonewash. What's the other? Was it satin, mirrored, or whatever? It's fucking phenomenal. But the thing about it is, it cleans up so well.
Tell them that Brandon or Everyday Minimalist sent you. They'll hook you up with a discount on your entire order. And on top of that, while you're on the phone with them, you can let them know that you want your knife personalized with your own logo.
Nah, I'm not calling the goddamn knife shop now. You know what I'm saying? I need to go to your website and just make that shit happen.
Whatever text you want, if it's a gift.
He says the Leatherman cleaning kit is $70 for $20 worth of stuff. They are out of their minds. I did a whole video on a much better DIY kit. My vids don't have a polish of X, but I'm trying, says Mr. 1969. Yeah, I got that kit right here. I guess I would say about the reason I like this Leatherman kit is, first off, you can attach this to something else if you need to. A little hook on the outside, but it's a lot of room in here to add. If you want to use this as a travel kit, which I've done before, where I'll keep some multi-tools in here, you can. It comes with a microfiber cloth. It comes with a little pamphlet that tells you how to use the shit. Some cleaning brushes, a couple of picks, some toothpicks, or some Q-tips rather. It comes with a sharpener. So this is specifically designed for Leatherman multi-tools. The drop point and the serrated knives that are on Leatherman's multi-tools. Then extra storage if you want to throw shit in here. And then it comes with their oil. So I mean, it's, you know, a little bit more. I've added a few extra things in here because I do treat this as a travel kit. I keep a glue stick in here, and I also keep a big lighter in here just in case this comes with me when I go on work trips. And if I have like one of my shoes fucking fall apart when I'm on a work trip, I'm gonna glue that shit back together with a glue stick, which is life hack if you ever have that issue. It also comes with a Mickey Mouse tray. So while you're working on your kit or working on your knife, you can put the entire multi-tool in this tray and you won't lose any parts. So I like the Leatherman kit, but I do understand what you mean about you can probably find more value. It does have like this ripstop type material. I don't know exactly what it's made of, but me personally, I think it's a good kit for the money, and I review a lot of shit. So I'm down with buying stuff that's specifically designed for their multi-tools and knowing that I'm not going to fuck anything up. But I might have to check yours out.
Maybe put that person's name on the knife or whatever you want, and they can do custom laser engraving for you.
So I would say I own a laser engraver. I engrave my own shit as well. But yeah, if they're going to be doing that shit in there, that might hurt the resale. But if you're not going to resell it, then who fucking cares, right?
Aside from all of that, House of Blades is the reason why I can do what I do here on YouTube and keep making this great content for you guys. So I want to thank you guys as the viewers and House of Blades for making this all happen, but let's get back to the video. The next item on the list is best flashlight of 2023.
Okay, now best flashlight, sir. Listen, flashlights are a thing for me. I don't care if they're made of, actually, I don't think I would care a titanium flashlight other than for a couple of weeks. I need a flashlight that I could carry, I could use, but I could also hand to one of my 2-year-old sons. Yes, I got 2 fucking 2-year-olds.
Hey, bro, come on.
They're
now,
not
dog.
twins.
Come on, man.
Have y'all seen Mrs. X? Okay. They're 10 months apart, okay? But I want to be able to hand my flashlight to one of my kids. And if it grows fucking legs, if it costs me less than $100, I'm not going to be butthurt. Case in point. I gave one of my sons my Streamlight Wedge XT to play with, to walk around the house and play with. I have not seen that fucking flashlight in 2 weeks, okay?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I haven't seen it in 2 weeks. I've cleaned the house. My maid, we have a house cleaner that comes by and she cleans our house for a very reasonable price. I'm pretty sure she's a undocumented worker, but you know, it fucking doesn't matter to me. Come through, clean the house once a month. She didn't see the goddamn flashlight. I don't know where the fucking flashlight's at, okay? But if he's about to show me a flashlight that's like $200-300, it can't work for my life. But he doesn't have kids. But I need to be able to hand my shit to one of my kids to keep them distracted.
Now this one, quick disclaimer, is going to be really expensive and really hard to...
as I just mentioned, right? If it's pricey, I'm just saying.
But it's my most carried and used flashlight of the year, and that's none other than the CWF Peanut. Mine is in a satin titanium finish, and
here's the issue with this flashlight off rip is the pocket clip does allow for you to carry beam down, which is great. But I don't know how much this fucking flashlight is. But matter of fact, let's go look at it real quick. Sling bag, flashlight, let's look at it. So this is sold out. How much is it when it's not sold out? How much is this shit when it's not sold out? Let's look it up. I wish they would tell me so I wouldn't have to look this shit up. Okay, so this shit is fucking $550.
Hey, bro, come
Are
on
you
now,
serious?
dawg. Come on, man.
Listen, this flashlight better goddamn give me a goddamn blowjob and do my goddamn dishes, sir. Let me tell you about this flashlight just off rip. 1835 flat top battery. What's a 18350 battery? I thought it was an 18650. Isn't 18650 the common battery? So it's an 18350 battery, which I think is not a very, I guess you can buy those on Amazon, whatever. It's made of titanium. All right, cool if you're down with that type of shit. But you can't put this on your hat. So imagine you have this $500 flashlight in your goddamn pocket and you need to change a flat tire. You need to look in your washing machine and, you know what I'm saying, maybe, let me give you an example. The other day, you know, I had one of my sons took his fucking diaper off and he took the shit off in the middle of the night. We had to wash his sheets and all this other stuff. I accidentally threw the diaper in the washing machine with the sheets, okay? And I was able to freaking attach my flashlight to the hat that I was wearing, look in the washing machine while it's full of water, dig through with both hands, and dig out the fucking diaper. This flashlight, you gotta hold it because you can't connect it to your fucking hat. The pocket clip goes one direction. That's not gonna work for me. Not for fucking $550. Yeah, it's an 1835 battery. That just doesn't sound like I thought it was 18650. Is that not the common size? That's just too goddamn high. That's just too goddamn high. A UV light, okay, that's great, but you can get Olights make UV lights. Rovivon makes them. Streamlight has them. Phoenix, for me personally, 2023, Phoenix was the most improved flashlight company. Hands down. They updated every single one of their flashlights. Every single one. They look fucking phenomenal. And a lot of them are less than $100. And all that type of stuff. It says the Olight and you can wash it by accident. It says, yes, exactly. I can't tell you how many times I fucking put an Olight through the washing machine. I put my Olight arc failed through the washing machine, pulled it out, the shit worked just fine.
the reason why I love this flashlight so much is because of its high output and rechargeable battery. I would have put on a more
Okay, now the two things he meant is the high output. Now, what was the output of that? The output of that was, what's the max output of this flashlight? I don't see it here. Okay, so it goes up to 1400 lumens. 1400 lumens for it's the titanium thing that's really doing it, right? But if we go with the Phoenix PD25R, which is like one of my favorite flashlights to put in my pocket, this thing only puts out 800 lumens, which arguably is all you really need. Now, if you want something more than that, you can go with like the Phoenix 30, the PD35R. This is $60, right? This puts out 800 lumens. You can put it on your hat both directions. It uses a common battery. But if you want some titanium shit, Phoenix makes fucking titanium shit. If like titanium is like the reason why life exists for you, right? You can get a fucking titanium flashlight for them. So they got this, I know they came out with a flat flashlight. They got this shit $99, discontinued, but you can still get it on Amazon. You can still put this on your hat if you need to. But if you really want a flashlight that's putting out, he mentioned the two things that he mentioned were the output. And if you want something that's going to be pumping out that type of lumens, you can get the 35R, which is going to be pumping out. It uses a common battery 18650, but it pumps out 1700 lumens. If you don't like if this is too tactical looking for you, then you can go with a flashlight from Olight. You can go with something from Workos. You go with something from Phoenix that doesn't have this same type of look and still titanium, but you're still going to be spending less than $100. Now, I'm assuming the flashlight here is not titanium alloy. It better be fucking all titanium, not a mixture of titanium.
Budget-friendly flashlight on this list, but I would be lying to you guys if I didn't tell you that this flashlight made it into my pockets 95% of the time.
Another thing is did they send this to you or did you buy it? That's another thing I want to know, because it's just $550. It's just, oh my gosh, the Workos Titanium TS10 VS is $40 on their website right now, says Mr. Field 1969. Field Trip, let's look that shit up. Now, Workos has reached out to me before to send me a flashlight, and they've never sent anything to me because they want guaranteed content, and I don't guarantee content unless you fucking pay me. And they don't want to pay me, so it is what it is. But this one here is, so it's $40. I'm assuming it's a titanium alloy. It's probably not all titanium, not for $40, because there's different levels of titanium. I think if you're more than 51% titanium, you can call yourself a titanium anything. So this uses a 14500 battery. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming you can buy some on Amazon if you want to buy extra. Yeah, this has to use a titanium alloy. I doubt this is 100% titanium. But still, if you just need some titanium fucking flashlight, here you go. $37 on their website right now. You can put this on your hat because of the pocket clip. It has a little, I don't know if that's brass or copper or what that accent is. If you want to get with, I don't know why you will buy it without the battery, but you can get it with the battery. And it's sandblasted, yeah. And what is the output of this shit? It looks like it has a UV light. It has all sorts of features.
The overall fit and finish, it has a tail switch, the pocket clip is phenomenal, and the fact that it was made here in the USA, and really does make this my most favorite flashlight of 2023. The next item is my pick for best pen of 2023, and this one is super simple.
Now the titanium, listen, I love tactile turn, but the mini pens for titanium, if you have big hands, the mini pens are just, here's the issue with the mini pens. I don't know if he's going to show it in a writing position, but the mini pens from Tactile Turn, the pocket clip rubs against your actual index finger when you're using it, and it's annoying. And I use my pens every single day whenever I'm in the man cave. And if the pocket clip is constantly rubbing against my hand when I'm writing, I'm not going to use it. So only mini pens I use will not have pocket clips. Any mini pen that has a pocket clip, I'm not going to carry it. I like Big Idea Designs, titanium, or excuse me, copper. It's like a twist EDC pen. It's like, I think it's like $60, some shit like that.
Tactile Turn mini bolt action, and I really enjoy this pen because of its length. It fits in most EDC pouches.
That's the thing. That will fit in the Wada Junior that he talked about earlier. A normal Tactile Turn won't fit in the Wada Junior. But if you write every day, and you write every day, and you write a lot, the pocket clip's gonna get on your nerves.
These things are readily available, go for about $100, and they're really fun to fidget with. And every single time someone asks to borrow this pen, they ask a ton of questions about it, and that's what I really love about this thing is it sparks conversations. You can't go wrong with tactile turn and the pens that they
Now it is made in America, so that's a good thing.
offer. So the mini bolt action
So the 1400 is 3.7 volts, which is the same size as the AA, says Mr. Phil. Okay, so the 14500 obviously is going to get you max lumens for whatever that flashlight is, because AA is not going to get the same lumens. But if you're in a pinch, that makes sense. I think I have a 1400 in the Olight i5T or the i5R, which is rechargeable.
takes the title of best pen for 2023. The next item is actually on my wrist, and this is going to be my pick for best watch of 2023. Now, I've just recently gotten into watches and I've accumulated over 8 within the past 3 months, but my overall pick out of those 8 is going to be this guy, the Big Idea Designs Tie Field Watch.
I wonder why they called us a field watch, because I'm like really big into field watches. Like real big. So on my wrist today, I'm wearing the VAR A12 Dirty Dozen field watch. Okay. And most field watches have a lot of specifications they have to meet. But one of them is numbers, not fucking ticks on the indices. This is probably one of my favorite field watches. Now, full disclosure, VAR sent this out to me, and this is a $900 watch. Okay. I got some other suggestions from them that cost way less, but this is an automatic movement with the Swiss movement with a glass back, which is why I fucking like it so much, if that makes sense. Assembled in the USA, all that type of shit. But so I don't know why what he has is technically classified as a field watch. I guess, I don't know. Before he even jumps into it, I can tell you some things about it I do and don't like. I don't like the fact it has a bracelet. Field watches that have bracelets don't go really, they're not that great when you're in a field environment, because you get fucking dirt and shit gunked up in there very easily. Next is, I don't know what type of lume it has on there. Maybe he'll say it in the video as well, but I need to have a lot of lume. Lume is when you turn off the lights, how well does it illuminate, right? So like this specifically, I don't even know if I can show it now. Let me see if I can make it happen. Hey, Google, turn off the man cave lights. Let me see if we can make it happen. So, well, you can't even see mine yet. No, it's not popping up. But the lume, hey, Google, turn on the man cave lights. Yeah, for me personally, I need to have a lot of lume on my watches and all that type of stuff. I think this one that he's showing does have lume on it, but we'll see. We shall see. Me personally, I want to be able to use my field watch in a survival situation. And this one by Big Idea Design, they make some good shit, but I need to know, why is it your number one? I need to know, sir. Tell me, give me some more specs.
Now, this watch is in collaboration with RZE Watches, and I did throw on this upgraded RZE Titanium Ultra Hex
Okay, so he threw on the actual bracelet. Got it.
bracelet. But the reason why I like this watch so much is because not only is it an automatic watch, so it doesn't require any batteries, but I'm really digging the aesthetic on the wrist. It's got insanely bright lume and it keeps the time. On top of that, it just fits my minimalist aesthetic really well, and I really dig this watch. I'm really excited to see what happens in 2024 because you guys best bet.
Yeah, so for me, like, I'm not a watch snob, but I'm a field watch guy. I love field watches. And it's automatic. That's great. I really want numbers on my field watch, though. Because when I'm deep in the woods or whatever, I need to be able to see the lume. I need to clearly know what time it is. That gives me dive watch vibes versus field watch vibes. But, you know, what do I know? I know that that watch that he's wearing would not make the specifications for the military. So field watches were originally worn. So I'm wearing a VAR A12 Dirty Dozen, which was originally worn in the World Wars, so that we could synchronize when we're going to be doing artillery or when we would be doing an attack or whatever. By the time we hit the Vietnam War, there was very laid out specifications for field watches. Ben Roos was one of the companies doing it. Hamilton was one of the companies doing it by the Vietnam War. And that watch would not make the cut for a field watch because it doesn't have numbers on it. But it is automatic, which is cool. Most field watches, you can get away with it being quartz instead of automatic. But it's a nice looking watch.
Watches are going to be a part of this channel, and my collection is going to be completely different from this year. The Thai Field watch is absolutely amazing, and you guys will probably see a lot of this thing on my wrist in 2024.
Now let me see how much this shit is. I'm fucking curious. I'm curious. So we have, it's $500. Okay. It comes with a leather band, which is what I would probably leave on it. Here's why. Okay. The reason that in a field environment, you want a leather band instead of a titanium bracelet or whatever, is that you can actually hone your knife in between sharpening. So if like you need to just kind of hone the edge of your knife or whatever, you can, attach this to a tree branch and actually hone the edge of your knife. That titanium bracelet is not going to help you in a field environment. So other than that, it just gives me dive watch vibes. So this thing goes 200 meters underwater. I don't know if it's a screw down or if it's a push down actually for the crown itself. Is the crown stamped? I would like to know that. So there's the loom. The loom looks like it's the hour hand and the minute hand and the seconds and all of the actual the hour markers, but that's it, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so there's a loom right there. So that is some good loom. It's not the seconds hand, just the hour, the minute, and all the actual markings for the actual time itself. But I want to know, oh, it is signed. It's a signed crown. I like that. And a beautiful open back so you can see the movement. It's a stamped for the actual band itself. Oh, I like that. So it has a rotating bezel. You know why that's important also? Yeah, you can use it for marking time and shit like that. But you can use a field watch to help you find approximately north and south. And to have a rotating bezel makes it that much easier to figure out which way is north and which way is south. So that's not bad. But I want to know about the crown. The crown itself. Is it a screw down crown? It is a screw down crown. Okay. This is a pretty nice watch. Other than the fact that it doesn't have numbers on it, which I'm not a big fan of. But other than that, this is not a bad, it's not a bad field watch. I want to know if it's assembled in the USA or what. Interesting. Thanks for stopping by. It says, is it a cot? ACOT? I appreciate it. If I'm messing up your name, my bad. Awesome channel. Just found you the other. Hooked already. What cigar are you smoking? Makes me want to light up. Smoke them if you got them, man.
Smoke some, bitch.
It's I'm smoking a Camacho orange. And if I'm getting that wrong, then I don't know. But it's a Camacho orange.
So I recently started getting a lot of sling bags in 2023, and my overall pick for best sling bag of 2023 is the Data Crew Snack Time Sling.
Now listen, I got the Snack Time Sling sent to me by Data Crew. It was a very good sling bag for their first go at a sling bag. But the Snack Time Sling is better suited as a waist pouch. It's really, really big on your chest if you use it as a sling bag. The cord keep is sloppy, and I've told this directly to Data Crew. And it's like, for as much money as you're spending on it, like, I need a little bit of upgrades for Gen 2. Gen 1, Red Lobo, if you have this bag, Gen 1 is fine, but I just want to see a couple of updates for Gen 2. Thanks for stopping by, Red Lobo. Thanks for being a goddamn member. But and all the actual loop handling on the front is not really for me, but other than that, and I think it's only like 2 liters, although it looks like it's bigger. But it's a pricey boy.
You guys are probably going to say in the comments, oh, Brandon, you've only reviewed one sling bag, and it's the Snack Time Sling. What? You guys haven't seen what's happened behind the scenes. I have over 6 different sling bags sitting over there in the corner, and I always gravitate to the Snack Time Sling. I think the reason being is because of its front loop.
And that's the biggest thing for me. The loop paneling on the front wasn't the biggest feature for me. It's great, it's nice to have, but that's not the biggest feature for me. How am I gonna wear it? How does it look in different environments? Think about this. He's wearing a $500 field watch with a titanium bracelet, which is classy. And then the Snack Time Sling is like, they don't really go together, if that makes sense.
Field that just makes it super customizable. It has a really good layout for us EDC collectors, and it's really functional. I found myself throwing my keys and wallet in the front pocket, and when you get into the main compartment of the sling bag, there is just so much organization that you can do with EDC gear specifically. I would probably pick a different sling bag if I was like a dad or if I was carrying diapers around, but for me personally, being an EDC gear enthusiast, this thing fits perfectly with all of my loadouts. And to give you a quick example, you can throw in a What a Junior, just slot it in right there, and it's ready to go.
Now you see how like the What a Junior's just slotted in there? It's gonna move around when it's on your chest. You're walking through, imagine you went to go watch the ball drop yesterday, right? And you're walking through Times Square. It's gonna move around. And I like the Snack Time Sling, but you know, it's just, there's some other slings that are significantly less money that I could recommend before this sling field trip. Specifically the Initech. The Initech sling that they've dropped recently has a cheesy ass name, but it's like 40 bucks. So like this sling bag doesn't have the loop paneling on the front. It's made of polyester. I get all that, but it's bigger. It has more functionality. It has a way better pocket clip, or excuse me, a way better clip. It's easily adjustable, and it can hold a water bottle or an umbrella. So this thing is freaking pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I talked about this on a recent video as well. So I think that the Data Crew is a great bag for Gen 1, but I want to see more out of Gen 2. Definitely want to see more out of Gen 2.
The Snack Time Sling, in my opinion, is the best sling bag for EDC enthusiasts that want to carry a ton of gear for 2023. All right, next is the best backpack of 2023.
Congratulations on the upcoming kid 408 legit. I'm having my first son in March. What's a good minimalistic diaper bag? So I got 5 kids, okay? I got 5 fucking kids. So I'm just,
bro, come on now,
I'm just
dog.
saying.
Come on, man.
One thing I would say is my number one diaper bag is literally the Nutsack sling bag, but that's fucking $200, $189. If you really want to just get a traditional diaper bag, my recommendation to you 408 would be tactical baby gear diaper bag. And this is why. The tactical baby gear diaper bag is what I carried for a long time when I had multiple kids. But the thing I like about this bag is once you've outgrown once your kid has moved on from being, you know, in diapers or whatever, you can turn this into a laptop bag. So initially you're going to carry diapers and wipes and all that other type of shit in here. And this is a great bag for if you don't want to carry a straight up like diaper bag, but you want to carry a bag. It works great for that. But once I have it in Ranger Green. Once they outgrow this, you can stick a laptop in here and carry it just as a regular EDC bag. And it has all sorts of features as a fucking diaper bag. It has this mat where you can lay the kid on here and not get shit all over the floor, literally. You know, it has all sorts of room inside. But my kids are starting to grow out of diapers. I have one kid left that's in diapers. And when she grows out of this, if I want to keep this bag and use it for other purposes, I can stick a laptop in this and take it to work. But the thing I carry most for diaper bag is the Nutsack sling bag. It does what I need it to do.
23, and it's gonna be this guy right here, the Able Carry Daily Plus. Now my buddy Ron Kwok did a full review on this backpack, so if you're interested in seeing that, then just go into the description below. But I received this bag months ago, and the reason why I like this thing so much is because I can fit my laptop and other EDC gear within it. It has a bunch of different mesh.
Now, how much is this bag? Because I watched Quack's review, but I don't remember the price. So it's $200. Okay, I'm not gonna shit on the price yet. Let's see. Okay, it can fit up to a 16-inch laptop. Nice. It can hold a water bottle. Looks like it can fit an Nalgene bottle. I like that green color. I actually think I really like, man, that looks big on his back, but maybe it look a little bit different on mine. So I think I like this bag, but I just want to know if I can, I don't want to be trapped in organizing it exactly how the manufacturer wants you to use it. And another thing about an EDC bag is I'm kind of getting to the point where if my bag can't stand up on its own, okay, it stands up. Okay, good. I want my bag to stand up on its own. I don't want to be trapped in organizing it exactly how they want you to organize it. That has a lot of organization inside. I don't know if I like that. Like, I really like my bags to give me the option to kind of kit them out how I see fit. Look at all this. I don't want to say forced organization, but it has a laptop area. Has a bunch of other pockets in the front. That's one thing I like about Vertex bags is like they give you a laptop area and then the rest of it is like loop paneling and you do with it as you see fit. But I might check this bag out. We'll see. I might check it out because I'm in the market for another EDC bag.
Storage options and has a really nice weather resistant shell. This thing is also extremely comfortable to carry and it usually goes with me anytime I leave the house.
At 408 legit, I did a if you go to my channel and just type in tactical baby gear, they sent me the bag and they sent me their carrier, which is like a big ass wagon. Full disclosure, they're great. I like them a lot, but the carrier is like $700. Have I seen the backpack by Big Idea Designs on Kickstarter? Got here kind of late. I haven't. I think I've seen some creators talk about it, Red Lobo, on YouTube, but I haven't checked it out yet. The bag that I'm like the most interested in is two companies. I really am a big fan of Brown Buffalo. Brown Buffalo makes their bags in the States, but a lot of their stuff is out of stock almost all the time. 35% off site wide. What? It's not bad. I'm a big fan of Brown Buffalo. I just sold my Conceal Pack 21. Look at that shit. I'm a huge fan of Brown Buffalo. They make some great bags. They sew them in, I think, Massachusetts. They make them in the States. Let's put it like that. And then obviously you can CCW, you can conceal weapon inside of this bag. And so that's something I'm highly interested in. And then I'm very interested in Wingback's bag. But the issue with Wingback is their bag is fucking pricey. I think their bag right now is, let me see. Yeah, $455. But it's like a, I don't know if you guys know a lot about like English and the way that they make their shit. Like I wear a lot of suits whenever I wear fucking suits and not flannel. I like to wear English made suits because it's high quality. But fucking $455, that's a pricey boy. But it's, I mean, it has some fantastic features on it it's hard to come by. It has a, great sewing, and interior is either yellow or orange or whatever color you want it to be. It's very slim. It stands up on its own when it's empty, but it's fucking $455. Premium materials, all that type of stuff. I'm very interested also in their sling bags that they just came out with. So they came out with this 2.5 liter sling bag that looks so like, it just looks like it can fit in any scenario. So we just saw that Data Crew sling bag, which is a nice sling bag, but this one here, it can go anywhere. Like you can take this to work, you can take this to the beach, you can take this on vacation. It just looks so premium. And I think I want to pick this up as well, especially just for the features that they have with the zipper pulls, and you can put this on a back of some luggage. It has a bright interior. You can get the interior whatever color that you, well, not whatever color that you want, but they have several color options, a lot of organization. And this is good if you're an EDC head as well. Keep your knives and all the other type of shit nice and organized. And it's 156 bucks. So it's like, would I get this or the Data Crew? I probably would get this color or get this sling bag versus the Data Crew, just because you can wear this in so many different scenarios. But you know, that's just me.
The Daily Plus has traveled with me for thousands of miles, and this deserves the title of Best Backpack of 2023. So I saved the best for last, and that's going to be my pick for Best Pocket Knife of 2023. I know there's a ton of different models that released in 2023, but this is the one that really stood out to me. That's going to be none other than the Magna Cut Mini Adamas from Benchmade.
Now, I have the Mini Adamas from Benchmade, and the Magna Cut, it's, in my opinion, it's just not useful. Yeah, it's not going to rust and shit like that. But it's a pricey knife. Now, EDM has a relationship with Benchmade, and so I know they sent that knife to him. It's a nice knife, but it's a heavy knife in the pocket. And if you're going to get a Mini, if you're going to get a Adamas, I would get the Mini Adamas versus the full size, because it's you know, it's something you can whomp on and hit on or whatever. But it weighs down joggers. It weighs down basketball shorts. It's not a knife you can wear in every scenario. Also, I think that the hardware doesn't really complement the knife. Like, the thumb stud is like this, I don't know, bronzy looking color. And then the hardware is like this silver. And I don't know. It's just something about this specific Mini Adamas. Plus, it's like over $400, some shit like that. It didn't really get Grandpa excited. But does it cut? Yeah, it cuts.
I know a lot of you guys have a ton of flack with Benchmade, but this knife specifically has completely changed the game. They introduced Magna Cut on the Mini Adamas and then also tacked on these crazy carbon fiber scales. I really like the coyote tan accents that they threw onto this, and it's just a phenomenal knife. The Mini Adamas would have honestly taken Knife of the Year for 2022 if this specific variant came out last year.
So I don't know if like, I don't know what about that variant makes it better. Hold on. I don't know what makes it so much better, right? So like the Mini Adamas, the full size versus the Mini Adamas, right? You can kind of just, like me personally, I prefer to carry, if I'm gonna have to carry either one of these, it's gonna be the Mini Adamas. But it's a heavy knife to have to carry in your pocket in a lot of different scenarios. I mean, it cuts, but the I don't know if those, the things that, I guess for aesthetics wise, it does make it there, but the carbon fiber doesn't really impress me per se. If it's forged carbon fiber, maybe. Marble carbon fiber, maybe. But, you know, I would just say the crew wear is probably more worth it, because what you're really supposed to do with the Mini Adamas is you're supposed to fucking work it out. This isn't really designed for cutting boxes and shit like that. You can do that, but the Adamas wants you to take it in the field with you. It wants you to hit it. It wants you to do stupid shit with the knife. Hit it with a log, use it for zip ties, use it for a kill kit or whatever. This is not necessarily the knife I'm handing to a buddy if we're moving and I'm helping him break down boxes, because this thing grows legs. I'm going to be fucking mad. It's a nice knife, but I do prefer it.
To me. That's going to be none other than the Magna Cut Mini Adamas from Benchmade. I know a lot of you guys have a ton of flack with Benchmade, but this knife specifically has completely changed the game. They introduced Magna Cut on the Mini Adamas and then also tacked on these crazy carbon fiber scales. I really like the coyote tan accents that they threw onto this, and it's just a phenomenal knife. The Mini Adamas would have honestly taken Knife of the Year for 2022 if this specific variant came out last.
Yeah, I think I'm a fan more of the black. Like, okay, the Magna Cut's nice, but I think I like the way the black looks a little bit more. Like, just looking at it, or even if you want to get the full size, I like the way that looks a little bit more as well. That's just me personally. That's just my thoughts about it. The way I use knives. The Mini Adamas is not something I normally would EDC per se. The Mini Adamas is something I stick in my pocket if I know I'm going to be using this knife in a heavy type of way, or the full size Adamas. But that's just me. You know, everybody uses their stuff a little bit different.
year. Benchmade finally put out a knife that's suited in its price category, which is a really big deal. Everything is 100% USA made, and I just absolutely adore this knife. Ask my buddies over at Best Damn EDC, Taylor and Ricky. After they handled this knife and carried it, they had to get one for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they got that big money over there. Let me see. So if we look at the knife itself, $337. Maybe not. But if I check it on, so it's $337 for the marble. So it is marble carbon fiber. Do they have? I don't even know if they have any Adamas left on the base website. How much did I spend when I bought it? Okay, so for me personally, $337 is fucking astronomical for a folding pocket knife. A fixie, maybe. But if I'm going to spend that type of money, like I can get the mini Adamas. Now, this is on base, right? I'm showing you base pricing, but the mini Adamas MSRPs for $250. You can get it on base for $200, which I think is a reasonable price for what you're getting, for something you can use in the field and you can use for EDC purposes. I'm not spending $337 for Magna Cut. Just me. I don't think that $137 more is worth it to get Magna Cut, because all you're really getting is something that's rust proof and it's going to maintain an edge longer. I would just get the regular mini Adamas with the crew wear and call it a day. That's just me though, you know. But it's a nice knife. I like the pocket clip.
The Benchmade Mini Adamas is a tank of a knife and deserves a title of Best Knife for 2023. So this last item is kind of a runner-up for Best Knife of 2023. However, it's been out for years now and it's almost impossible to attain unless you buy it on the secondary market. If you guys already guessed it, comment in the comment section below, but that's none other than the Oz Machine Co. Roosevelt.
That's made of titanium, is it not? Listen, I know right now EDC has a hard-on for titanium in your pocket, but if you use titanium in a prolonged state, that shit gets sweaty and that has a lot of texture, so maybe it won't be as slippery, but I don't like titanium knives in my pocket. I just don't.
Now, my brother Balin did gift this to me a couple months ago, but as you guys know,
and is that a liner lock for as much as that shit looks like it costs?
I have over 300 to 400 knives in the collection, and there is no knife that is even comparable to the Rosie. This knife is unparalleled in terms of action because of the two detent balls that it uses for that locking mechanism, and it just feels amazing in the hand. The overall size is near perfect, ergonomics are perfect. I can easily do draw cuts, and it's just extremely fidgety. This one is in.
I wonder how well that thing cleans up though, because I mean, look at it, right? If you get that thing gunked up with tape and dirt and mud and whatever, how easily would that thing clean up?
Magna Cut with the golf putter milling pattern.
Okay, so it's a frame lock. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice looking knife, but
aka the Silver Surfer, and I just absolutely adore this knife. So I'm just gonna deem this one my most favorite knife of all time. And that's a lot to say because there's knives like the Zahn, the Mini Arius, the Rosie is just the best knife ever made. But there you guys have it, my picks for the best EDC gear in 2023. If I missed a few items or categories, let me know in the comment section below. I know I didn't add in.
Okay, I can appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I would have some different picks, but I can see where you're going with that. Let's see. Yeah, that big idea design backpack is interesting looking, but Backpack Essentials is the best damn EDC says. I don't know. Let me see if I can check this out real quick, man.
We always talk about what we carry in our pockets. I've even talked about what's in my truck, but very seldomly do we talk about backpacks and what we carry in them. I have a list of 10 items that every single backpack ever should have in them. And with that said, let's do the damn thing. So as I mentioned, recently I have actually updated my backpack, and this is the one that I've been carrying for, I don't know, month and a half. This is the Big Idea Design.
Oh, this is the bag that you were talking about, Red Lobo. Yeah, this is a slick looking backpack. Let me just see if he talks more about it real quick though.
TI backpack, and if you're wondering why it's TI, it has little titanium accents like this buckle, this one, and also the buckles here.
And they're gonna hit you over the head for a lot of money for that titanium, right?
That may or may not matter to you, but the backpack itself is really nice. Big Idea Design is the sponsor of this video, but the backpack itself is not exactly why we're here. I want to talk to you about the stuff that I keep inside mine.
The bag does look interesting though. I mean, like it has the bottle carrier on the side, looks like it can fit an Nalgene bottle, a little zipper next to it. Zipper pulls look decent.
This is not everything I carry inside it, but 10 things that I think everybody should have. So number one, I talk about this pretty frequently. This is a toolkit.
Full clamshell opening, I like that.
That just travels between all of the things. This usually lives in my truck, but it can be attached to my belt. And obviously I've thrown it in my backpack. It just kind of travels to where I feel I need it the most at the time. And I just have a bunch of different things in here.
So the thing I don't like about his toolkit is like, you can't see all the tools when it's in this kit. So like, if you're gonna keep a toolkit in your bag, I think, at least for me personally, when I'm working on shit, I need to see all the tools at once. Let me see if I can grab the one I keep in my bag. So like, as much as you know, that bag looks good at all. I like something that I can open up and fully see everything that's inside at the same time, right? So this is a Maxpedition. I don't know if this is the fatty or the beefy. I forget which one this is, but when I open this thing up, I can see all the tools at the same time. So if I need a laser measure or a screwdriver, Allen keys, some bit drivers or whatever, I can see everything at once, which is more useful when you're opening this thing up, flopping it on the ground, flopping it on a desk. You're going to work on some shit. To have to dig through an actual toolkit like that, then I don't know if I would be a big fan of that. Plus, it has a little bit of storage on the outside. You can still hook this to your belt if you're that type of person, or hook it in a MOLLE system if you wanted to do that as well. But I think this is a better suited versus kind of stuffing everything in a pouch like that.
A screwdriver, headlamp, pliers, another flashlight. This is just a little mobile toolkit. I've also often talked about in the past a knife maintenance kit, because I work on knives all the time, cleaning them, tightening them, fixing them, sharpening them. So I carry a toolkit like that too. So I have multiple toolkits everywhere. Another example of something you could do is just a little toolkit like this that's got a few essentials. Another screwdriver,
See, that would be a little bit better, just a small toolkit like that versus the one that he has. It reminds me of my Fix-It kit that I have for my boomsticks, right? So like, if I have my boomsticks with me for whatever reason, I'd have a small kit like this that I will carry, and it would just have just the items I need for my boomsticks if I'm working on those on a range. But I can also use this for knives or whatever. So something small does make sense versus the a pouch that you're just digging all through that he has there. But you know, to each their own. Whatever one makes sense.
Apex, good pair of scissors, a little knife maintenance thing that's got a hone and a strop on it, a wrench. Just a small set of tools for light duty work. But I think at the very least, you should have a multi-tool in your backpack. I carry one in my pocket now, a full-size multi-tool like this Leatherman Arc now.
Now the Leatherman Arc, oh my God, it's just hitting the market so hard, but man, it's just so fucking pricey, man. It's so pricey. I mean, I think the Wave Plus is probably still better suited, but you know.
But maybe you want something smaller in your pocket, like a Swiss Army knife. Carrying a full-size multi-tool in your backpack is a really good way to have both on hand, but one's just nearby, not always in your pocket. The point is, number one, a toolkit, or at the very least, a multi-tool. So I used to carry a battery pack in my bag. I would often work at coffee shops and stuff, and I would just bring a power bank with me. But I don't really like doing that anymore for a number of reasons. So what I always have in my bag is a charger like this. We just recently talked about this one in my gift guide. This is the Basis 100 watt GAN charger. So you have two USB-C ports as well as two USB-A, and collectively they can charge at 100 watts. But you also get two additional plugs. So up to here, it's an extension cord, and then your charger is everything beyond that. and it's really neat. And the one thing I really like about it is if you're at like a coffee shop or something, sometimes they have just loose outlets and one that sits in the wall will fall out. This one has an extension built in, does make it a little bulkier, but for me, this has been way better than the one I used to use. But the second piece of the puzzle.
So for me personally, carrying like a GAN charger like that to a coffee shop doesn't make tons of sense, because a lot of times if you go to a coffee shop or to a bar or wherever you're working, you may not be near a plug, so that becomes almost useless. So I do prefer a big battery bank. And I don't know how many hours you're working at a coffee shop, but if I could bring something with like 20,000 milliamp hours, I should be fine for my laptop and all my devices at once.
Puzzle is this right here. So this is from Uni, and this is a 15-foot USB-C cable. It's also high data transfer as well. It's not quite Thunderbolt 3, but look at this. Actually, Ricky, can you grab one end? Just hold it right there at the edge of the table. Point is, you can be at a coffee shop and you're not going to find a coffee shop that's so big that with both of these together, you can't charge your device.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's just keep it real, okay? I like the concept of this, but that's better suited for like a hotel or some shit like that. Let's really think about when you're at a coffee shop, and I don't know how many of y'all are going to coffee shops and you need a fucking 15-foot plug or whatever, but I want small, compact things that I can work, you know what I'm saying, in my small area, whatever space that I've kind of designated for myself at a coffee shop. And that's something that's better for travel per se, but I do like the length of the cord.
It always sucks going somewhere and having a plug that you can't reach. So with these Uni cables, I buy a bunch of these for USB-C, I have them for Lightning. And
another thing about these cables is, me personally, I only buy Thunderbolt 4 or Thunderbolt 3 cables. He just mentioned that's not Thunderbolt 3 capable. But when you get to your location, you want a Thunderbolt 3 cable if you're going to be hooking your laptop or whatever to something that needs it, versus just a long ass, you know what I'm saying, cord that people are going to be tripping over or whatever. What coffee shop is letting you string electrical all over the place like that, says Mr. Phil. Yeah, I don't know about that. Potato says, for coffee shops, my 25K power bank is more than enough. Yeah, I agree with that. I have a Geek battery bank, which I don't know where it is right now, but that thing is like humongous, and it can charge my laptop twice, charge all my devices. It sits on a table right next to my laptop, and I don't have fucking cords all over the place.
I keep probably 2 or 3 here at the office and 1 or 2 in my bag, and maybe 1 at home, because this is the best thing ever. They're a little more expensive, obviously.
But if you're going to be spending that type of money, I would recommend you get a Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4. It's future-proof. You can hook it to a monitor, and you can actually use the monitor. That cable is just only going to be good for charging. That's it. You're not going to be able to use it for a display.
But so worth it. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Big Idea Design. You guys probably are already familiar with them for their titanium pocket tools like the TPT Slide, Bitbar Inline, and if you're not, you really should be. You're really missing out. They also make some of the best EDC pins out there, and they've also made this titanium watch, which is on my wrist.
Okay, so I'm starting to think that they sent this watch to creators, because EDM had one, he has one. It's a nice field watch, but it's not, in my opinion, it doesn't meet the definition of a field watch because it doesn't have numbers on it, but it's a nice watch.
Just almost every single day. But that's not why we're here talking about Big Idea Design. We're here to talk about their latest venture. They're always expanding, and now they have a backpack, the TI EDC backpack. The bag is made out of highly water-resistant material and comes in a heathered gray or black. It features titanium hardware on the straps and the hook for the roll top, and it has a very sleek and minimalist design aesthetic. It's a 25-liter semi-rigid construction backpack that comes with all sorts of organization to keep all your gear neat and tidy. Primarily, this organization comes from a gear tray that has inbuilt organization cubbies that can be...
I like the fact that it has an inbuilt gear tray in its full clamshell opening. I'm assuming the laptop goes behind that gear tray. That looks very interesting. I might want to check this bag out.
Customized and molded to suit your gear, exactly like a camera bag. However, if you don't want the tray or don't want it in certain situations, you can just remove it quickly. It's really, really neat. Of course, there's a tech pocket around back to hold and protect your larger...
Okay, so there you go. Laptop goes in the bag.
Items like tablets.
But you know, I don't know how much this bag costs, but I'm kind of like, for me personally, I really like bags that have the option for CCW. This bag clearly doesn't have that. And I want to be, if I off body carry, which I don't do often, but if I'm going to off body carry, I want hook and loop. I want loop paneling for a Velcro holster for my boomstick.
And laptops. And there are tiny zip pockets all around for storing smaller items like your wallet or a passport or...
Sir Yo-Yo says, why don't I talk about pew-pews? Why don't I talk about boomsticks? If you talk about boomsticks on your channel, sometimes YouTube will shadow ban you. So if you ever notice like channels that talk about boomsticks, they have very robust Patreons. They have very robust like ways to support them outside of YouTube, because a lot of times YouTube won't push your content into the algorithm. And so I have tons of boomsticks. I just don't talk about them per se, because I don't want my stuff to get shadow banned. I don't have a Patreon, and I don't want to have to wonder why my videos are not getting views because I'm talking about boomsticks.
Titanium pocket tools. And there are even some pockets on the straps to clip items like a flashlight or a pen too. But one of the coolest features...
One thing I could tell you about, I don't know about the... Here's my thing, another thing about bags or whatever. I'm not a bag snob, but what I like, if you look at the back of this bag, if you walk with this bag for a long time on your back, that the fact that the very middle of it is let me see if I can go to the Kickstarter. The very middle of the back of the bag is not also mesh. Is hopefully it does have a good airflow, because I want to be able to wear this bag for an hour, 2 hours or whatever and get tons of airflow. So I see the breathable padding on the back, but that breathable padding doesn't go the entire length of the back of the bag. And for me, I've carried tons of bags, and the back of the bag is where, you know, the actual sweatiness happens. And if I'm spending over 200 bucks on a bag, I need it to breathe well. And this bag per se has those breathable components, but it looks more like a camera bag than it does as a regular backpack. $269 for the early bird. I wouldn't buy it on Kickstarter. I mean, Big Idea Designs is a reputable company. I don't buy stuff on Kickstarter because it's not guaranteed you'll get your item. I will wait for this to actually hit their website, but it does look like an interesting bag. Yeah.
Of this backpack is the dry bag compartment up front for when you need extra space or want to separate things like dirty gym clothes from the rest of your stuff.
Okay, I can appreciate that. But I like my dry bag to be completely separate. Now, this is just me because I have kids. I ruck bags. I carry bags in different scenarios. I'll take bags hunting. I don't want my wet compartment to be incorporated into the bag itself. I like to have a completely separate wide wet bag so that if need be. And I also like a wet bag that's big enough to fit like a set of boots or shoes in it. That looks like it might be able to fit a pair of shoes, maybe not boots, but you know, we'll see.
This roll top pouch adds an additional 10 liters of space on the fly. I've been carrying the TI EDC backpack for over a month now, every single day. And
I think his previous bag was the Trident 21 by VanQuest, which is way more tactical looking than this bag. But for over 200 bucks, it's missing a couple of things I would want, I think. Plus that strap in the front being loose like that, I don't think I would like that either.
I really enjoy it a lot. It's comfortable and it has plenty of space and organization for everyday use and even travel, and the ability to expand the storage space on the fly, or even better, remove that entire tray in just one go, is something I never knew I needed in a backpack. So if you want to check out the TI EDC backpack in further detail and maybe even buy one for yourself, hit the link in the description down below. That will take you to their Kickstarter campaign, which is currently running. It's also funded, so it's going to happen. But if you want to be among the first to get one yourself and get some money off MSRP, hit that link down below. And once again, I want to thank Big Idea Design for sponsoring this video. So my truck EDC gift guide, I talked about this right here, and this is just a pouch that you can put anything in, but a first aid kit, right? This is a little bit...
I like the fact that it has an international first aid symbol like right there on the front. You're not wondering what's inside of that, right? Like if someone else is walking up to a scene, walking up to your truck, walking up to your vehicle, and you say, hey, go get the med kit out of my vehicle, you're gonna know exactly what it is.
Too big for a backpack for every single day for me, and it's more of like a pretty severe trauma kit, not a full-on first aid, but you know, it's got essentials in it. This is not going to go in my backpack every day, but it's something I grab for a hike or something like that. More backpack sized is something like one of these. So this is the MyMedic EDC trauma kit. So you got some rubber gloves as chest seal, you have a tourniquet and some quick clot. This is for obviously more serious.
So one thing I would say about that kit that he just pulled out is, guys, don't get those trauma kits if you don't know how to use them, or unless you're going to give it to somebody else to use. Quick clot, chest seal, like if you don't apply that stuff correctly, you can cause damage. A sunken chest wound is what he pulled that first item out for. I don't know if that had an Israeli bandage in it or whatever, but that type of stuff, you want to actually know how to use it versus just having it in your bag. It's really for gunshot wounds and shit like that. But it's a good thing to have. I have them. I know how to use them, and if I can give it to an EMT if he or she were to roll up on the scene. But you don't want to just have that per se if you don't know how to use that shit.
Boo-boos. This is more of a just EDC kit, Adventure Mini EDC. It's got a few different sterile pads, nitrile gloves, gauze, Band-Aid pack, sting swab, prep pads, face mask. So something like this, or just a little boo-boo kit that's kind of this same thing, but that you...
I like the size of that boo-boo kit. It's like really small, doesn't take up a lot of room.
Build yourself in a pouch. All right, so Band-Aids, antacids, aspirin, hand sanitizer, things of that nature. Just a small little first aid kit for bumps and bruises, or depending on how serious you think things might get. But I think at the very least, just a small little first aid kit in a small pouch like this that you can tuck away and grab. And I recommend something that is very obvious at a quick glance what it is. A first aid kit that's black and red, has a cross on it, whatever. I actually had a patch, I don't know where it went. And I would recommend something like this to go on your zipper pull. So a glow nut, it's a very, very, very bright glowing glow in the dark bead, or some of these Lumi mods, just so that if you quickly shine a flashlight down in your bag or something, this thing's gonna continue to glow and make it easier to find. I think anything that helps it easier to find is better. Anyway, a first aid kit is item number 3. So I always carry a flashlight in my pocket, have every day for years and years and years, but I always keep one in my backpack as well. And typically
So I did a whole review on this flashlight. This is the Woobin X3, and I like it. It's just something, it is definitely a backpack type. I keep it in my truck, but you can keep it in your bag as well. But I think that the flashlight that goes in your backpack needs to be better than the flashlight that's in your pocket. The Woobin X3 is not better than the flashlight that's probably in his pocket right now. What I mean by better is I need something that can illuminate a tree line. It can illuminate like a lot of shit. And you can carry the Woobin X3 in your pocket. And the flashlight I keep in my bag is like 3,000 lumens, 2,000 lumens, something that, like, if I want to know what is that, what was that bump at the night that I heard down the street, right? You know, that's the type of flashlight that's in my bag. The Woobin X3 is cool. It's a battery bank, and you know, it has all sorts of features and shit like that. But I need it to be better than the flashlight that's in my pocket. That's just my recommendation. It's
something a little bit bigger like this. So this one I've actually been carrying in my pocket, but I have 2 of them. So I have one in here, which is a charging case. This can also be.
And to have 2 of the same flashlight, I wouldn't do that either. Like I say, the flashlight in your backpack, if you carry a flashlight in your pocket, which I do as well, it should be brighter or better than the flashlight that, you know, that you keep it in your pocket.
Used as a lantern, which is really cool. But I could have one in my pocket and then swap it out with one in the bag. But typically my backpack flashlights are a little bit beefier, and maybe something that...
So he has the Phoenix PD25R, which I just talked about, which is a great flashlight, 800 lumens turbo mode. He also has the Vatsteed Rook, which is the flashlight, the orange one in the middle, which is a decent flashlight. I'm not a biggest fan of the use case for it. The pocket clip could be better. These are okay for pockets, but none of these I would recommend for your bag.
It has a double-sided clip so I can stick it to my hat and use it as a headlamp because my typical EDC flashlight is going to be more AAA sized. So for a truck light, we're looking at more like CR 123As or AA size flashlights, or even 18350, or, you know, bigger diameter batteries means bigger flashlight and better run times and brighter outputs. I just use keep a more high powered flashlight in my bag because I don't want something this big and chunky in my pocket every single day. So I tend to have a better or a backup flashlight in my bag. Next up is...
Yeah, so all those flashlights were, and like I say, he may not be a fan of them in the pocket. I don't. The Phoenix PD 25R, the one that he put on his hat, easily fits in the pocket. The Rook, the Vodseed Rook, is definitely a pocket flashlight. None of those I would recommend. If you're trying to have a redundant flashlight, none of those will be the one that I would recommend for a secondary, because they serve the same purpose as the one in your pocket. If you're looking for something that's more powerful, I would go with a PD 35R by Phoenix. Go with the Woobin X2, which is bigger than the Woobin X3, or Vodseed. Actually, Vodseed only has one flashlight, which is the Vodseed Rook.
Is this item right here. And typically, I have a pin also clipped to that. But anyway, number 5 is a pocket notebook of sorts. So this is a Tough Possum Gear notebook holder, as well as a Write in the Rain, and then I have a pen clipped to it. And for me, I don't really take a lot of handwritten notes. I just showed you the first page.
One thing I will say, I have that combination or whatever, is his hasn't been used, but that thing, it gets used quickly. I would say carry a full size versus carrying that one specifically, if that makes sense. Coming through with a 12-month membership. She got a good head on her shoulders. Tammy, I appreciate that, ma'am. Hey, y'all. Hey, ma'am. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Good head on your shoulders, ma'am. Hopefully all is well. Happy New Year to you as well.
I can show you any page in here. This is actually not written in. And I don't write down a lot of things because...
So I'm an EDC journal snob. Like, I write every day in my EDC journals or whatnot. And that's okay for a pouch or whatnot. And if you don't write a lot of shit, then this kit will be fine. But me personally, I like a full-size journal. That's going to be fine if you want to leave a note for somebody's windshield, like, hey, I closed the hatch of your trunk, you left it open, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, if you're going to have a full bag, I would just say have a bigger journal.
I am an avid phone note taker, but if your phone's dead, if you need to leave a note for somebody, you need to write something down for someone, whatever it is, having a piece of paper and a pen is something that a phone can't really replace. So I keep this in my backpack. It's not something I'm going to carry in my pocket, but there are also a million other options. So here's one that's very similar from ARC Company, except for it has outside gear slots, and you could maybe even use this as a wallet. I did forget to mention, I keep my lockpick set in the back of this. But you could keep cards in.
I never understood about the lockpick set. Now listen, the background of Best Damn EDC, of course, you know, I've done a video about him. I've done the research. He's came up in the video production space. He used to work for CNET, I think. He used to work for Pocket Now. He's done, you know, so like I don't understand the concept of carrying a lockpick set in my EDC. Even in a SHTF situation, I don't have time to pick a lock. And if you lock yourself out of a vehicle, a lockpick set's not going to work for you. You need a hanger or some shit would be a little bit better. But I mean, if you need it, you need it, right?
And here, I know Jayberry uses this as his actual wallet. So you could do the same with this, right? You've got gear pockets, a card pocket on the back, and then this one, same deal, but you have an elastic pin loop and card slots on the inside. So,
see, I like the size of that one right there. It's smaller, something you can keep in a pouch.
so if you want something that's a little more pocket friendly, maybe one of these. And then, of course, this is where my flashlight came out of. This is the Yellow Birch Outfitters Pocket Pro. It can hold a knife, pen, flashlight, and a full-size field note. So that's my only complaint with these. It's that these are more like Write in the Rain or really mini notebook sized. This is a full-size notebook, but of course you have to take that notebook out to use it. And then Hitch and Timber has several different options as well that'll hold a full-size field notes or really anything smaller. And then you could also put cards and other gear in here as well. And that's the trucker's hitch. So pocket notebook with a pen, or even a bigger notebook, because you're carrying it in your bag. So if you want something a little bit bigger,
Yes, I concur with you. A bigger notebook is what I would go with.
that's also the option, but a pen and notebook is item number 5. The next item, which I keep right beside that notebook, it would be really good to put is this right here, which I never even think of, but just in case you leave your wallet at home, you can still get by with the cash and maybe like a Google Pay or Apple Pay, which is typically how I pay anyway, but you can put cash and have your backup cards in here and still get by if you leave your primary wallet at home. This is another pouch from Zero Feud, and this is my backup wallet. I used to keep more.
So I don't know about a whole backup wallet, but if you need emergency cash, I would recommend something like this. This is from Wingback. This is called their cash system. And so what I like about this cash system is it's hooked to your keys, and most likely you always have a keys with you, right? And so the concept of having a backup wallet is if you forget your wallet, then you have backup cash. But most likely in this scenario that he's talking about, if you forgot your wallet, or if you forgot your keys, you're not even getting to that coffee shop he was talking about earlier. But with the Wingback system here, there's a secret money that you can keep inside. And inside of this is an actual, I think I have wrote up in there, a $50 bill, just in case I need it. And it's super small. You can roll it up, whatever you want to stick inside of there. That's my emergency backup. And so that's the only emergency backup I need per se. If a credit card or something like that, I just keep directly in my bag. I don't need like an entire emergency backup wallet. Not even really sure how it 100% would be useful to have a whole backup wallet, but backup cash does make sense. And I would keep it in something small like this versus keeping an entire backup wallet, but that's just me.
Like tools like a Swiss Army and stuff in here, but this is literally just a secondary wallet. And why a secondary wallet? Well, it houses my credit cards and debit cards that I don't use as much, membership cards, cards that I don't use very regularly. I have them inside this pouch. So I have my daily wallet that stays in my pocket, and then I have all the overflow stuff. That's how I keep my wallet so slim, because
so what I do is, and everybody does it different, things I don't use as often stay home. So like, I don't carry credit cards with me because credit cards for me are an emergency. I use my debit card. If I have something I need to buy, then I just either I have the money with me, or it's, you know, I'm not going to be able to get it, or I use my emergency backup cash, my Sam's Club, or I don't have a Sam's Club, but my Costco card, my health insurance card. If I don't need those, then I leave them at home or I put them in my wallet. But I don't need a whole backup wallet. But if you think you need that, then yes, stick it in your bag. I just don't want it to grow legs, if that makes sense.
Realistically, I have like 15 cards. I don't want to carry those in my wallet every single day, so I keep this one in my backpack. And it's nothing like super important or anything that I'd be really upset about losing. But Ricky actually earlier today had a good point.
Am I tripping, or is there something going on with the sound? Is there something going on with the sound of the video? Hold on, let me go back real quick. Let me see if I'm tripping.
But Ricky actually earlier today had a good point.
Okay, no, his mic just cut out. Okay.
But I think it's very smart to have a second wallet in your backpack or your truck, wherever you think it's better. But I typically keep it in my backpack because my backpack is usually where I am. So secondary wallet that's got all the overflow stuff I don't want in my main wallet. And I like this zip pouch because I can put some small things in here if I need to. The ARC Company Boulder wallet would be another good contender for this because you can do kind of the same thing, secondary stuff, and store a few other things if you need to. But yeah, secondary wallet is a must. A lot of people ask why I don't carry a handkerchief anymore, and the main reason is I don't want it in my pocket. I just don't, so I keep it in my back.
Yeah, I can concur with. I don't carry a hank at all, not even in my bag. Sometimes I'll carry a hank in my pouch. I never carry one in my pocket. But I noticed that I was only using a hank to wipe my kids' faces. And so for me personally, I'm like, well, am I going to wipe my kids' freaking booger faces with a goddamn awesome hank or mighty hank or whatever? Probably not. But I can get the concept. If you wear glasses, if you want to keep your knife, if you gunked up your knife with a bunch of tape or whatever, yeah, you want to wipe it down with a hank, that's fine. You could buy like a 15 pack of hanks from Amazon for $10 or whatever. The mighty hanks, awesome hanks are cool, but they're like $20 or $25 and stuff like that. Tammy says, I personally am a cash person for every day. I'm not a fan of the idea of a digital payment system of the future, so I'm not going to comply. Hey, I get that. I use my phone to pay for a lot of shit, but I carry very minimum items in my actual wallet itself. So my wallet is literally just a couple of debit cards, my insurance card, and I'm trying to grab my wallet now. But yeah, I'm kind of right there with you, Tammy, when it comes to just carrying just the few items that you need. So this is a wallet by Wingback, but I do keep, I do have cash in the wallet if needed, right? Which I like this wallet because the cash just kind of folds up neatly. I don't have to actually open the wallet to access the cards. They're just like right here, but I can still get to my cards if I need to, and I can still get everything I need right here at the top. It's super slim. In here right now, I got like 8 or 9 cards, and it's still easily a front pocket carry. This one I have branded with Marine X on the front, which I like. So I don't need a secondary wallet because this carries everything I need. And if I need those additional items that he talked about, I just throw them in here. So like right now, for my job, I have a credit card that's issued to me by my job. I don't carry that in this wallet because I don't want to accidentally pull out my credit card that my job issues to me and then fucking get in trouble by my job. So that stays here. But if I'm traveling, I throw my job credit card in here and I use that for travel purposes or whatever. So I don't need a backup, but everything is in here that I need. My health insurance, my VA card, my Costco card, like literally everything is in here that I need all at once. And I've never had a need like, oh man, I forgot such and such card at home. And I'm nearly 40, so I know if I'm gonna be running into a scenario where I need some extra shit, I just make sure I have it with me for whatever situations. Austin says best MSC was always pushing the most expensive shit. If it's on his channel, it costs a fortune. Yeah. It says, yeah, it's not practical to spend that much. Tammy says, I get that, but every transaction is recorded. If I pay cash, it's not recorded. This is very true. 100%. One thing, Tammy, I will say is I don't give a fuck about people recording me. Like I'm going to die and be 6 feet in the dirt. Right. And, but I do understand that. So like literally the other day, Mrs. X said, hey, what restaurant did we go to in Italy in 2019? And because I let Google track me, I was able to go on my phone and literally find the name of the restaurant. It's called Amore. That's Amore, the restaurant that we went to in May of 2019 in Italy, because I let them track me. But I don't give a fuck. But I can understand that 100%.
Backpack or in another pouch or bum bag. But a multi-use cloth is item number.
Now that big cloth, like a big bandana, I 100% agree with. Whether to wipe down your laptop screen, your phone screen, or if you get into a emergency situation, like my mind always goes towards prep and SHTF. If you need to tie that around, I have dread, so I don't really concern myself. I'm not going to get freaking burned on the top of my head. But if you don't have long hair, or if you want to keep your face protected, you might want to throw a bandana on top of your grate. Or if you want to cover your face for like an impromptu mask or something like that, then a large bandana makes a lot of sense. We buy a lot of ammo. Yeah, I pack a lot of ammo as well, Tammy.
6, something that
like repack my own ammo.
Either has microfiber on it or can be used to wipe things. This is a extra large hank. It's got nice microfiber on the back. And then this, if you really needed to, you could wipe stuff with this side. But for me, another option, I really hate that these guys aren't in business anymore, and I hesitate to even show this, but this thing is really cool. This is a giant merino wool handkerchief slash scarf slash mini blankets.
So like I like to keep a haji rag. Well, I don't know if you can use the term haji anymore, but like that reminds me of a haji rag. And I don't carry it in my bag, but like a haji rag is something you can use in an emergency situation. That first hank that he showed is more preferred, because what I like to do is I would take that hank that he just showed and literally fold my laptop up and put the hank in my laptop. So when I close my laptop, it's in the laptop, if that makes sense. But this one is really big. That's really good if you're going to protect your face or whatever the case may be.
Slash whatever. This was something that was sent to me before my daughter was born by North. And several times this ended up just being a quick blanket for her. I would carry this around. It was a blanket. I wiped up all sorts of things with this thing. And it can also be used as a scarf if you need. We saw Casey Dimming of Georgia Bushcraft.
It's like I mean, you could use a scarf. I would get a full-size Haji rag versus that one. So it's almost big enough, but it needs to be a little bit bigger to wrap around your freaking noggin a couple times.
And Griffin Pocket Tool running around in the cold about a month ago, wearing this as a scarf. And we were talking about how much of a tragedy it is that North by North no longer exists, but hopefully somebody still out there can make, or does make, a merino wool. It's just a piece of merino wool, right? So hopefully somebody makes a handkerchief or scarf like this, but at the very least, like a hank like this with some microfiber. They're ultimately very, very useful for wiping screens and all sorts of other stuff. If you have glasses, sunglasses, these are way, way better. Camera lenses, there's a lot of uses for a handkerchief like this. And I personally don't like having them in my pocket, so it goes in the bag. So the next item I typically always have clipped right here on my bag on the top handle.
The good old hero clip. It looks like he has a medium size there, which is actually sufficient for that bag. I love me some hero clips. Okay, another thing about this bag that I'm not a big fan of is, see how that bag is laying flat on the surface? I like a bag. The reason I love Vertex bags so much is that you can easily grab the bag from the front when it's laying on a surface like that. And that bag doesn't really have a grab point like that, but I do like the fact he included the hero clip.
Or right here, just somewhere that it fits and can stay nearby. And this is a hero clip. A carabiner is the point, the item that I'm recommending, but in particular, this hero clip is awesome. I got one of these a long time ago for an unusual EDC video, and it's awesome. So effectively what this is a hanger for your bag. If you're going, let's say you have to go to the bathroom and you don't want your bag on the floor, you can clip this to that handle and then hang this on the door or a hook. You can hang it anywhere. This rotates around and allows you to hang your bag almost anywhere. Tree branch.
Just make sure you get the proper size hero clip. So the one he is holding can hold up to, I think it can hold up to 60 pounds. Yeah, so he's holding the medium hero clip, which can hold up to 60 pounds, which I would imagine that bag doesn't weigh 60 pounds. I have a small hero clip on my nutsack sling bag, which can hold 50 pounds. The mini size holds 40. And then the large is what I use for my bikes that holds 100 pounds. So just make sure you get the hero clip, which is the correct size for you.
Like they're very, very useful, and you can use them for so many other things too, right? Hanging a trash bag at your campsite, whatever you might need it for. So the hero clip is really, really awesome. But the reason I say carabiner, zip ties, that's really kind of the whole item, is something to tie stuff up, tie things together. This one, for example, is the Model Outdoors Infinity tool. I also got this one for an unusual EDC gear video. Same deal, still carrying it, still use them. Both really, really awesome. This one is just a longer version of the same thing, and this is a soft carabiner. That's all it is, and you can adjust the length of it just by unhooking it and hooking it back in. So each one of these is a way, like a tie down point, and you can hook it in different ways. You can bring this up through the middle and hook it this way and use it as, say, a cable tie. These things are almost infinitely useful. And if you have smaller wrists than me, you can use them as, you can wear it as a bracelet, but they're a little bit too tight for my wrist. And this is just a larger version of it, and same deal. You can loop this thing around and do a whole lot of different stuff with it. And these are glow in the dark as well. If you hit these with UV, they glow really, really bright and for a long time, especially if they're outside all day. But you can use them to tie stuff down in your truck bed, wherever. They're really, really awesome. And they don't take up a lot of space, and because they're malleable, they can kind of just get shoved into a pocket. But
so I don't know about the truck bed. I own a couple of those as well. I think the truck bed's too violent for those, but if you want to keep stuff tidy inside your bag or hold your bag itself 100%, truck bed, I would probably go with stuff like actual cable ties or ratchets or zips or whatever. But they work great for stuff, small stuff, probably less than like 25 pounds. Those can handle really easily.
In my bag, I always have zip ties, always, always. And I like having both like black nondescript and then bright colors. Bright colors in case I need something to kind of be flagged and you can show, like you can see something at a glance. and then black for something. Like a lot of the time, I'm using black zip ties on my truck. Something falls off or is hanging down underneath, especially on the Excursion. I use a black zip tie to just tie it up quickly and deal with it later, and it doesn't, you know, jump out at anybody. But zip ties, I don't really need to go into too much detail. They're infinitely useful, and I like having bright colors and dark ones as well. But finally, in this same little gear tie category, these things are one of my favorite things. I've got rolls of these everywhere. These are, I don't know if these are Velcro brand, but they are hook and loop cable ties. So for example, these long cables, you really want to keep them neat and tidy. You run this around, and this is nothing new, but I'm showing you in case you haven't seen these before, because you should have them. So run it around, tie it to the cable, keep it neat and tidy. These things are great. I use them for cable management, for my TV, my desk, for my...
Drift says those look great for a range band to hold plastic mags in place. Yeah, I could see that, to hold mags in place. I mean, I would probably buy Ranger bands, like the actual Ranger bands. Ranger bands are also flammable, so you can use them to help you start a fire. But the, I guess for my mags, I have a range bag, and I just kind of use the same hook and loop that he just showed. I use those, but to keep the, those freaking adjustable clips, those will work as well.
My bag, I use these for so much, and they come in these spools, and they're pretty cost effective. They are awesome. So any or all of these should be in your bag at any given time. I'm not too picky, but just some way to organize and tie things up. All right, you guys probably guessed what's next. Well, probably not, but like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna roll their eyes when they see this. The next item on the list.
That's like self-deprecation, like he knows that people comment whatever they comment. But here's my issue with his sling bag. Okay, the reason I can't keep his sling bag in my bag is because you can't remove the straps. And like, if I'm gonna put a sling bag in my bag, it needs to become a pouch, if that makes sense. So for me personally, I like to put pouches in my bag, not sling bags. So when I get to my destination, you know, I can plop it on the table or whatever the case may be, reattach the sling. If it had removable slings, it would be perfect, but it doesn't.
It's a sling, okay? You don't have to say the bum bag.
Now, he said sling bag. You heard him say the sling, right? Now, the bum bag itself is a waist pouch, and I think when I bought it, I thought it was a sling bag, but it's not. And that was my issue with it, is how he portrays it. But it's definitely a waist pack.
I don't have to say the bum bag, a sling. The reason I say that you should have a sling in your backpack is because...
Now, as he continues to describe this, I'm just telling you, I don't agree with this part. I don't think you need a sling in your everyday carry backpack. If you're traveling, maybe, but I can't think of a scenario. Let's just go with his coffee shop scenario. I don't know why I need a sling bag in a pouch, maybe. But an entire sling bag, I'm not abandoning my bag for any specific reason, but let me hear why.
I use this like a pouch. A lot of people in the EDC world have pouches like this Data Crew or Vanquist or this AGP from Notorious or this Garage Built Gear pouch. There are so many pouches. I have hundreds of pouches, but you know what I do with them? I don't really actually use them all that much. As you can see, I have a bunch of them and there's nothing in them. What I use is this, and I use it just like a pouch.
But do you, okay, here's the thing. I think that's the XL that he's showing, right? That their Red Lobo talked about earlier. The issue with a sling bag in your bag is it has straps. That's why we like pouches. And for me personally, the added benefit of carrying a sling versus a pouch is that you can pull it out and it's a sling bag, but I'm not doing that. That's why I like a pouch. And it's a sling bag. I can't attach it to a MOLLE system because of those straps.
Right? I throw this in my backpack and I keep all my things in it, and it's a pouch. It's the same thing. It doesn't open up all the way, but it's a pouch. And then the reason I use this over those is because it has a strap on it. This is a pouch with a strap. It's infinitely more useful because it has a strap. So I throw this in my bag and I put what I need into it. and then I don't have to worry about carrying it. But if I don't want to carry my whole bag, then I bring this.
But if you don't want to carry your whole bag, before you leave the house, you just bring a sling. So I like redundancies. I just don't agree with this point. And this is where like past experiences could be prologue. So like my past experiences being military and being in the field a lot and hunting a lot. This is just not a use case that for me personally is a real scenario. You know, I know that pouches are more useful because the sling, the strap gets out of my way. If I need a sling bag before I leave the house, then I bring a sling bag. But I could understand the concept of wanting a sling, especially on travel. Imagine he was taking this bag with him on a trip to Hawaii or to Montana or to Bali or wherever. When you get there, yeah, it might be nice to have a sling bag to take on a day trip instead of carrying this big ass 25-liter backpack to a freaking a boba tea shop, right? But if you're just at a coffee shop, like he mentioned earlier, I don't need a sling bag in there gunking up or taking up or the strap all over the place. But he, you know, there's a vested interest in the bum bag because that's his, you know, that's his brand. So I get that.
It's simple. It's great. You should have a sling in your backpack. And the reason I say sling is because all of these slings fit inside my backpack just fine. This is the
Data Crew sling. Yeah, I would never put that in the backpack.
Data Crew snack time sling. Look, it fits. Well, let me move my. It fits inside this outside pouch just fine. Closes up and zips just fine. So I can use this one. It's got organization inside. It works just like a pouch, but it has a strap. The Vertex Long Walk Waist Pack fits perfectly fine.
Not a Vertex, the Vertex Long Walk Waist Pack. Once again, you can tuck those inside. I would agree with that's closer to a pouch versus any of the others, but I still probably wouldn't put it in a bag.
The Vanquist Dendrite, it works perfectly fine if you don't have this big old bottle pocket on it, which I don't always have on there, but all of them fit just fine inside my bag. They fit in every bag I've carried, and it's just better for me to have that inside my bag, use it as a pouch, leave my backpack behind and take that with me. I mean, it's just common sense at this point. The next to last item on the list is a sling. The last item on the list is either a small container or a small pouch to keep little micro items in. So you can go soft pouch to keep your little knickknacks and bits and bobs inside, or you can go with a hard container like an Altoids tin. I sell this nesting set that has an Altoids tin, a smaller one inside that, or this larger one. And inside mine, I have a little screwdriver set, little 711L screwdriver that's ratcheting with some
okay, now this
bits.
is the only issue I have. First off, that specific driver set is completely, I like it. It's small. It gets the job done, but you also have a tool set inside. And so I guess you're giving ideas. That makes sense. But I guess I just pack my bags completely different because a lot of this stuff as 10 must-haves, I would kind of disagree with and agree with. I don't know, but let me hear more.
It's that I use frequently and an extension. Inside this one, it's like a little grooming kit. I've got fingernail clippers, tweezers, a toothpick, file, just
I can agree with that.
Things for grooming. And then in these two, I have some medicine. I've got ibuprofen as well as Zyrtec. And then
now, to be fair, in your med kit, you also have ibuprofen and allergy medicine.
I also have mints, just various mints in this one. And those keep all these things nice and tidy inside my bum bag. You don't have to have this. You can use little small soft pouches, whatever you want to use. The point is a small container that keeps the little itty bitty things in your bag from going everywhere, because I ultimately always have little things like micro SD cards. I've got one of these full of micro SD cards. So some small container or pouch to hold all the little things in your bag. So that was the list, and I felt like that was pretty solid, but I felt like there was one more thing. It's not something that everybody must have in their bag, but you should have it just because it's fun. I talked about this in my gift guide this year. This has been in my bag every day for months now. So this is the Anbernic RG353V. I talked about it in my holiday gift guide, and it's been in my bag almost every single day for a month or two, and it's awesome. I've been playing.
Paul says there's a wee hot bit holder, 1/4 or 4 mils, or $1.50 would clean that mess up. Yeah, so I like the Tecton bit holder. Hold on, let me show you. like when I saw his, I instantly thought of my Tecton bit holder versus the one that he has. But I mean, whatever one you want to carry. So Tecton makes one, it's like $13, or it's normally less than $20. It's not as fancy or as EDC as that one, but this does all the same shit. And the thing about this specific Tecton one is that it has all the bits that you need, and it also has a driver, and it's more useful than the one that he has. I like this one. It's the micro set by Tecton. It's like $13 on Amazon, sometimes $20 on Amazon, but it's really small. It comes in its own case. I like this. I like to keep this in my toolkit, but I just wouldn't need both at the same time, if that makes sense. So
Mario with my daughter. I've been playing Zelda by myself, and it's just a blast from the past. It's small, it's lightweight, and don't tell me that you enjoy playing mobile games. That's not true, nobody does. But this is fun. It's just a riot, and it takes me back to my childhood. I can play all those games that I miss playing. And as I mentioned in the gift guide, it not only makes me feel old, but also I feel as someone who's older and has a lot going on, this kind of retro gaming emulation feels a lot more approachable than some big AAA title games.
I can agree with that. I wouldn't mind having some retro gaming in my goddamn bag.
Now, and it stays in your bag, and the battery life is awesome on this thing. It's just, if you got a few minutes, grab this and play a few minutes of Zelda or whatever. It's been great. So I highly recommend a little retro gaming handheld like this for emulation. It's a lot of fun, and it's staying in my backpack. Absolutely. And my wife stole my other one, so that should tell you something. She hates video games, and she stole my Miu Mini Plus. So get one of those, throw it in your bag, and be amazed.
So, I mean, it's a decent set. One thing I would say personally for me is, Drift says the space he's using to carry a whole bum bag, he could gotten a better toolkit with room left to spare. Little tools like that gonna annoy me using with the big hands. He has a really good tool set that he did a video on like a year or two ago. I don't know where that bag is, but it that would fit better in that space. So for me personally, like, everybody has different backgrounds in the EDC community when it comes to how they pack stuff out. And so, like, my background, obviously I was in the Marine Corps. I do a lot of stuff for hunting and fishing. Well, actually I fish like once a year, but hunting, for rucking, hiking, or whatever. But my bag is more suited for experiences that I know that I will have. His background comes with, he used to do a lot of tech videos in the back for Pocket Now. He did videos for CNET, and then he kind of landed in an EDC space a few years ago. But his background is not military or outdoors. He does that now, but it kind of shows in the stuff that he carries. Like, a lot of that stuff makes sense for the video, but when it's actually like time to deploy it, you're gonna realize, like, why is this in my bag? Like, I just don't need it. It might be good for a urban assault kit. It might be good for a get home bag. It might be good for a bug out bag. But for the bag that you're taking with you to the library, the bag that you're taking with you to work, the bag that you're taking with you, you know, to a coffee shop, which I go to a coffee shop with my bag once. To be honest with you, my EDC bag, like my legit EDC bag, gets carried maybe once or twice a week. I'm mainly a sling bag guy, and I got 5 kids. Okay. I got trucks just like he does. You know, I got a 4,000 square foot house. I got all sorts of shit. I got a lot of shit going on, but like my actual EDC backpack, I know when I need it, and I take it to a specific location, and I know the stuff that I need inside of it. If you check out my EDC, what's in my EDC backpack that I did, I think a couple of months ago, it gives a lot of practical use cases. But his videos are really, his videos in general are ideas of shit that you might want to put in your EDC kits, whether it's a sling or a pouch or whatever. But, you know, coming from like experience of how to use the stuff, a lot of stuff is not very practicable. But you can say the same things about some of the shit that I pump out as well. But my use case definitely comes from a mindset from my previous experiences. Drift says, I have that same set, also a slightly bigger hyper tough. I keep my phone loaded with ROMs and a 20K Anchor power bank. Big battery banks are important to me. That GAN charger that he showed, I would completely scrap that because you're dependent on finding a 120 volt plug. I like a big battery bank that I can actually plug up my shit and it can all stay contained right next to me versus having to find a plug, if that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, appreciate you stopping by, Mr. Phil. Yeah, man, but 100%, like it just really depends. Like, you know, if you want to go for that, like that high end item stuff that you grail items or stuff that you aspire to get, you know, go check out some of the suggestions he has or whatever. You know, for me personally, I might shit on type of items, or I don't have nearly the amount of gear that he has. But it just gives you the concept of stuff that you may or may not want to carry with you on the everyday for whatever reasons that might be in there overall. Like my EDC bag, like today, or I can say my most carry bags almost all the time is either the sling bag by Nutsack or the tote bag by Nutsack. Like hands down, those are easily my most carry bags. If I'm like rucking a whole lot, then I'm carrying a whole lot of bags that have to do with rucking and carrying the shit like that. But it just really depends on whatever the case may be for those. But you know, it's a nice little kit, man. Kind of gets the job done overall 100%. Let me see who else put out some shit that I might want to catch out. I have my hot shit and I have my users too, says Paul. Yeah. Our favorite EDC items in 2023, Zach and the Wild. Oh man. Hold on, let me see here. Franco says my EDC stuff usually needs to fit in my pockets. The sling bag is for cigar smoking on the run or a minimalistic GTFO. So get the fuck out bag. A backpack with a sling inside is just too much. Yeah, for me personally, like for like my cigar smoking, I use the Data Cruise small fry. I'll put like any shit I might need if I go into a cigar shop or whatever the case may be. But it just really depends on how you use your different items. Like one of my favorite channels to check out when it comes to bags and how to kit bags out and stuff like that is George Define. I just saw that he's reposting again, replacing my $1,000 backpack. Really, my EDC sling collection, Defy Nutsack. Man, I might have to check that out as well. Interesting. I didn't even know that he had a. Yeah, I might have to check that out. See, I really love George Define. This is where I need to watch to find my next bag. This is what I need to watch to find my next bag because he has the juice when it comes to bags. 100%. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by for another Man Cave Monday, man. A lot of places you could have went, but for some reason you came by here and watched me run my grape, which is very well appreciated. Make sure you hit that button. Subscribe, join the battalion. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, thank you once again for stopping by, watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.